You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. I hope you guys have been having a wonderful morning. I am looking to having some warm weather today, or should I say warmer. It's supposed to be like 72 degrees today. And, you know, like a lot of different areas in the United States, we've been having that bipolar weather type of weather going on. So for the next 5 days, it's supposed to be like in the 70s and 80s. And I think on Saturday, I might grill Saturday, by the way, it's supposed to be 87. So that's a big change from just days ago. We had a blizzard, right? But yes, I'm looking forward to that. I know I have seen somebody on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook, one of my Facebook friends, they had said something about I'm trying to remember what they said. They said something about what the fuck is going on. Somebody go call the weatherman, because how the fuck is it supposed to be 72 degrees tomorrow? Because yesterday the high was like 30 or some shit like that. And we had a blizzard a few days before that. So it was like, how the fuck is it supposed to be 72 degrees tomorrow? And it was so fucking cold yesterday. But I woke up this morning, looked at the weather station, the forecast, and in fact, it is going to be 72 degrees today. So again, I'm looking forward to that, forward to spring, summer, all that jazz. Y'all know I'm a summer person. I like to be outside. Unless it's too hot, then I don't come outside till after, nighttime like a damn vampire. But anyway, y'all, come on in. Make sure y'all like and share the video, please, and thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel if you happen to be new here. What up, Chakra King Black? How you doing? Yes, I am the cake lady. But yes, come on in, you guys. We're just going to have a little chit chat here. Y'all know I'm going to try to give y'all my usual like an hour or so. And then after that, I'll drop the link. Well, the link is already pinned, but then I'll allow people to hit the link. But let me get a sip of water real quick. So it has been so much going on. There's been a lot of lies, a lot of commentary, a lot of allegations, and according to some people, a lot of lies and fibs. So we're just going to give a recap on what we heard and what we saw, over like the last 12 or so hours. Some of the lives I got a chance to watch was VS, Pizza. Did I watch any Lemon? I don't think I watched Lemon. Yeah, I don't think I had any chance or any time to watch, any extra time to watch Lemon. I saw Envy, RY. Oh, I even saw Mother. Mother went live this morning on Trace Your Lane. So I saw his live. It was a quickie, like 30-something minutes. So I saw his live because I was like, he said, beef sector, don't lose focus. I was like, hold on, what did happen now? I was like, Mother that came out here. But yeah, he was talking about Didi Loop Loop and how she got her name and about, how they had got into it and, an interview that was supposed to be requested and denied or something like that. But y'all definitely check out Mother's video. Oh, I also saw Jay Dunn. But yeah, a lot of people who are unfamiliar with maybe Didi Loop Loop, aka Gigi, aka Deidre Helena, might not know how her name Didi Loop Loop originated or where it came from. And so this is so crazy because I was just talking to somebody last night and I was telling them who gave her the name. I said, mother gave her that name a long time ago. So some people don't have no idea. They just think that that's some name that she goes by, and he made sure to make people know it was never a term of endearment, which we know, us OG B sector people, we know that was never a term of endearment, but she kind of just like took it on and started calling herself that. Hey, what's up, Detach Myself? How you doing, boo? Make sure you guys are liking and sharing the video, please, and thank you. Thank you so very much. Y'all know I don't keep track of my likes, so I just, sometimes every now and then I'll remember to say it, or I'll just throw this banner up, okay? And it's on a 60-second timer, so you will see it for 60 seconds, and it'll automatically go away. Shout out to StreamYard, okay? But anyway, so I really don't know when Didi, well, I don't want to call her Didi Lulu. I'll call her Gigi. I don't really know when Gigi decided to come out and say something about the pew pew that she alleges that Envy had put in her face or threatened her with or whatever. But just the other day, we was over there at Envy's live and we was listening to him, and not all of us, but some of us was listening to him. We was listening to VS. Y'all was over here the other day watching my show, listening to Mia Lemon and Kenola and Kimberly Black. Shout out to Kimberly Black, who held it down with me on the platform yesterday. She had some questions for Mia and Ken and all of them, all the sorts, right? What up, Mel? How you doing, sis? And so, we've been everywhere, right? So then out the blue, and this is why I don't know exactly when she decided to do this, because when it comes to the allegations against Lemon about the bazooka, all that shit, her being threatened or feeling threatened or not safe or unsafe or stuff like that. That came out a little while ago, it started a couple of months back, but as far as putting a name on it, really putting a name on it for the entire sector, that happened about a week or so ago. And so then just yesterday we hear, VS, she had posted on her, her community wall about something that she had heard. And so hold on, let me go back here so I can read it verbatim. Okay, VS Icon, going to her panel. Going to her community wall. So she has said, oh, VS, she got a lot of stuff on her community wall. Hold on. Oh, did she take it down? No, she didn't take it down. I must be overlooking it. Okay, here it is. Okay, so 23 hours ago, VS had posted, I just got word that Envy allegedly pulled out a pew-pew on a woman in the B sector. And the question is now, why should Lemon apologize to the lovely RNY for his alleged threats if Envy didn't apologize? And then VS went on to say, if you address this, I will be over to listen. Thank you. And she tagged Envy, which is Man Code Television. Good day to you too, Kimberly Black. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. And make sure you guys like and share the video. So that's what VS had posted, and everybody was like, huh? What the fuck? What is going on now? Not Envy's over here and RY is over here, and she's feeling unsafe and threatening, and she's calling the authorities from Cali to VA or wherever, and we hear that Envy pulled a pew-pew allegedly on somebody in the B sector. I was gagged. I was like, okay, somebody got some splaining to do, right? Somebody got some splaining to do. And I was looking forward to whoever was making these allegations to come forward. It didn't take long. Gigi, aka Didi Loop Loop, aka Deidre, she had sent VS some receipts. And so receipts that VS had, she asked Envy, did he know Gigi? And he apparently said he didn't know her. And, you know, people was like, well, she go by this, she go by that, she go by this. And he still was like, well, I don't know her. And then I guess eventually he came out saying, you know, oh, I forgot all about her. So basically, VS has showed some receipts on her channel the other day that Gigi has sent her, and it was some screenshots of the DMs that was had between Envy and Gigi. And in some of those DMs, we saw how Envy was calling her by her name, several different names. He was calling her Gigi, he was calling her Deidre, and this was just a little over a year ago. But he was telling people that he didn't know her. He don't know what they talking about. Whoop, 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 whoop. So after these receipts came out, then I guess Gigi, you know, feeling some type of way about him lying and saying that he don't know her, she was really compelled to come out here. Now, mind you, Gigi is having a, I don't want to say health crisis, but she is having some health issues right now. She was literally in the hospital when she was sending these receipts to VS. And the reason why she said she needed to send these receipts to VS was because even though she was up there sick, you know, out of a lot of people that, you know, support her in the sector, or, you know, some people she have a relationship, YouTube ship with or whatever, when she heard that shit, she was like, oh yeah, I got to send these to my girl. You know, I got to go talk to her. Whoop, 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 whoop. Now, some people might have been like, you know, wait till I get home, wait till I get out the hospital, wait till I feel better, you know, but she decided to come out here and basically let it be known that he does know her. She was actually kind of hurt. And if you watch the interview, well, I don't know if I want to call it an interview because it was actually on her platform. But when you watch the engagement or heard it between her and VS, she was really, like, at times really emotional throughout the video. And one of the things that she became really emotional about was the fact, not only the fact that he had lied, you know, about, you know, not knowing her, but also because it was the fact that, you know, with everything going on and then the accusations, you know, against Lemon and the pew pew and, you know, things like that, she was like, this is crazy. This is really crazy. So I was very interested also, just like VS, on where this all originated from. Evidently, Didi Loop Loop, and again, you guys, please make sure you like and share the video. But evidently, Didi Loop Loop, a while back, she happened to be on Lemon's panel, and I don't remember this because, you know, Lemon, he has like these 24-hour lives, and, you know, I don't have time to be there all the time. But some of y'all might remember. She said she was on his panel. She was being harassed. And people was trying to pay her down or something. And so Lemon looked down in the chat and said, did you know Envy? And she was like, yeah, I know him. I like him. He's cool. You know, he's in production. He's in entertainment, you know, in the industry, you know, and she's also in production in the entertainment industry. And so she was like, yeah, I like him. He's cool. But somebody was trying to buy her down, you know, from the link. And so she said at that time, you know, Envy was also telling her to come down, and he had hit the link, and he was like, time is money, whoop, 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 whoop. And I'm like, where is this going? And so he hit the panel telling her to get down. And she was like, damn, you know, why are you tripping? Somebody already paid me to get down. Why is you tripping? And so from what she's saying in hindsight, she believes that he was the one who paid her to get down. I don't know if she knows that for sure, but that's what she believes. I don't know if that's really what happened, but that's what she believes. And then immediately after she got down, he started hitting her up in her DMs regarding business. You know, they both in the entertainment industry, you know, in film or whatever. And he started showing her some of his work, giving her a rundown of his talents. You know, basically she felt like at that time, being that they're both in the same industry, that they may be an asset or valuable to each other, you know, vice versa. You know, they're in the same industry, things like that. So, you know, I guess from starting off as, you know, in hindsight, I'm gonna let y'all know what I think in hindsight in a little bit. But and I wasn't even there, okay? But what what she basically said happened is he hit her up allegedly for business arrangements, working together, things like that, and it kind of went into them having something for each other, attracted to each other, flirting, that type of engagement. Y'all know behind the scenes in the DMs, you know, flirting and things, grown up shit, okay? Grown up shit. She even showed him a thigh or two, you know, but nothing over the thigh, she said, because if you gotta see, you know, if you want to see anything over the thigh, then you definitely gotta wait, you know, till you see each other in person. I'm the same way. I ain't showing a nigga nothing. I ain't showing a nigga Nathan. You ain't seen Nan, okay? Y'all remember that song? You ain't seen Nan? No, none of that. No titty. I ain't one of these bitch. Well, let me be nice. I ain't one of these ladies out here who be sending booby pics and cootie pics and all that kind of stuff, you know, to niggas on internet on YouTube. Anyway, I digress. And thank you so much, Chakra King Black, for the $5 super chat. You said, welcome to the hood table. You don't need that. I know that's right. You need the Queen of Exotic Cakes with content and icing on top. What's up, Sonia Chocolate? Is it Chocolate? Chocolate? What's up? How you doing? And so, while in emergency room, you know, while in emergency room, during a health situation, a health situation, I don't want to be too specific because I don't want to know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to know what's going on. We just know that she was in the hospital. Didi Hurt at NV had lied saying that he didn't know her when asked by VS. And because of the fact that they are claiming that VS and Didi, you know, is moving the goalposts, she felt an urgent need to come live and discuss their relationship. So that's how this kind of came about. Now, their entire conversation between VS and Gigi originated from what I had just told y'all about. VS had posted something earlier in that day. Envy lied and said he didn't know her. And even though he said some of her names in their DMs, Gigi said that was when she was recalling like what had happened with them about the pew, pew, pew. You know, she got really emotional because there was a situation. Not only did she have somebody pull a gun on her before, but she said there was a situation, you know, and she was really emotional around this time. And she had recalled about this situation last year. I know a lot of y'all probably heard about it, and I might play a little clip of it. I might not, because on me and Rig's show, you know, from the block to the hood table, we had discussed this story last year about those two YouTubers. Well, 3 YouTubers, because 2 of them was a husband and wife. And I didn't know that. I don't know if Gigi really knew the couple really well, but she recollected how they had passed away, you know, on the strip in Vegas. And it was some YouTube bullshit. We all remember that. So for her standpoint, you know, her alleging that he pulled out a pew-pew on her, and we're going to get to that. She, you know, she felt threatened. She was emotional because some well-known YouTubers were gunned down literally by another YouTuber. And we discussed this. That was like one of our first shows, I believe, maybe 2 months in, you know, me and Big Riz getting together with our show where we discussed that show. So, you know, that situation, it was outside the Bellagio Resort. It was 2 YouTubers, or the husband and wife who was beefing with, it was actually Rodney Findlay and Tanisha Findlay, his wife, aka Bubbly or aka Bubbles. And they got gunned down by another YouTuber. And it was really crazy. It was really sad. It was really a hard blow on the YouTube, not just the YouTube community, but on social media, period. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people be beefing on here sometimes. A lot of people be doxing. People be pulling up or threatening to pull up. So that was some really scary shit. And I still can't believe that shit happened right in the middle of everybody on the strip. But anyway, VS, you know, she was asking her questions about their relationship or YouTube ship, situationship, whatever you want to call it, right? What up, Riggs? How you doing, love? Hey, Miss Beachy, how you doing? But yes, y'all come on into the chat. Make sure you like and share the video. Hey, Trezor, how you doing, boo? You said, oh, Lord, it's always the same story with Loop Loop. You know, I love when mother says, Diddy loop loop. I ain't gonna hold you. He had me cracking up when I was watching his show earlier today. He said, y'all call her Didi Loop Loop, but I call her Diddy Loop Loop. I can't even say it like he said, but that should be so funny. But anyway. Let me get a sip of water. But anyway, so VS started getting around. You know how VS is. VS gonna ask all the right questions, shit. And some of the questions she was asking, she said, did Envy ever ask you for any money? She said no. But they did make plans to create or do some skits, you know, like a gag effect. And when I thought about that, when I heard that, I said, was this kind of like what Lemon and Faith of the Substance was going to do? You know, with the makeout scene? You know, I guess Gigi, she's a licensed massage therapist, and they were going to click there. She was going to go to his house. They was going to hit the live button, and he was going to be on a massage table, probably with a little towel over him, and she was going to be there massaging him. And I immediately thought about Lemon and Faith, you know, like how they be making these skits or creating these storylines or, you know, things like that. So that was the first thing I thought about. And so they never did get to that part, though. They never did. She never got down there to his crib, never to do that skit or, you know, act that scene out, you know, with the massage scene. And so she was like, well, why didn't you go? And mind you, let me back up a minute. Let me back up a second. The whole scene, allegedly, and I guess the timing would sound about right. But the whole scene, allegedly, she claims that he wanted to do it because he wanted to make somebody mad, make somebody upset, make somebody jealous. And that somebody was allegedly MU. Don't you start, Riggs. Don't you start, Riggs. You said she is very much a me too. You said, was her hubby going to be in the corner? You know what, Treasure? We gonna get to that. But y'all made me lose track. Okay, so I guess that somebody was supposed to be MU and ZX. Misunderstood and ZX. Now, we do recall, of course, he had some type of situation with, you know, MU and other people, and he had put them on camera, on live. But she said Envy didn't want to fly her out. And I guess she wanted to be either flew out or he was going to, you know, take care of the lodging, one of the two. And what she said that he said was basically he's providing the logic. And when she say logic, I'm like, is she talking about he's providing the scene? He's providing the set. Since they're both in film and production, he's providing the set, he's providing the scene, he's providing the logic. I didn't really understand that part because I feel like this, if you're fucking around with somebody, talking behind the scenes, whatever, whatnot, and y'all doing this YouTube type of game or whatever, I agree that maybe the flight should have been covered or maybe the lodging should have been covered because she definitely didn't want to stay at his house because she don't really know him like that. And I said this before, when it comes to these online relationships, if I was to get into an online relationship with somebody, I definitely, after, of course, talking to them for quite a while, and gaining some type of trust in them or, you know, comfortability, I would still have the man come to my hometown. You know, come to my stomping grounds, come to my hood, come to me. I couldn't see myself flying to see some guy. Not on the first time, maybe not even on the second time, but I would definitely feel more comfortable with a guy coming to see me. But that's, you know, that's neither here nor there. She was definitely not coming, but she does have family in the A. So she was like, okay, if he played for the fly, you know, whatever, for the lodging. But it never happened. Instead, from what she's trying to say, they still kept like flirting and having some type of situationship or whatnot. But then eventually she had, you know, kept questioning him about when we gonna do this, when we gonna do this skit, when I'm gonna go out here, you know, how long is this gonna be? Whoop, 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 whoop. And she was also asking him, when is he gonna come to her channel, support her channel, you know, things like this, hit her link, whoop, whoop, whoop. And he was always making excuses. This is what she was saying. He was always making excuses and shit like that. And then what really got me was she said that Envy told her that Lemon told him not to fuck with her because she doesn't get any numbers and they don't fuck with her. And Lemon instead allegedly told him to get Lolo and use Lolo. And when she was talking to VS, I think Lolo was in the chat. If I remember correctly, I think Lolo was in the chat. And they was asking Lolo, was he trying to use you two? Did he trying to create some type of, you know, storylines with you two? Did he, you know, I didn't see Lolo in the chat say anything. I might have missed it. And I did come late into the interview. So I maybe I missed it. But if Lolo's in the chat, she can definitely answer. I know she goes to work in a little bit, but she can definitely answer. But basically, she was under the assumption that Envy and Lemon be targeting certain type of people for maybe these storylines or these plays or something like that. VS was like, oh, so Lemon understood the assignment. Now, these are allegations, of course. I'm just speaking about what I seen, what I heard, or whatnot. But she was supposed to visit him Valentine's Day weekend. So I guess they started talking 2024. And around 2025, around Valentine's Day was when she was supposed to go out there and meet him. But it never happened. She claims that he was trying to keep her in the background, trying to keep her in the down low, wanted more to work behind the scenes with her and not in front of the scenes, you know? And I'm like, okay. So if you're into production and you're both in the same, you know, entertainment industry, film production, movies, whatever, why would you be trying to work behind the scenes and keep things under wrap or on the low? I don't know. I think what she was insinuating that he really didn't want to have any type of okay, so we know that Envy has certain type of women, right? And I don't even want to say certain type. He had women that he would put on the forefront and let us know about. He would have them at his house. He would go live. They would be at his house. We saw the MU situation when she was with him and everybody was swearing up and down that she was high or drunk or something like that. And it did appear she was. But anyway, that's behind her now. I believe she don't do anything like that anymore. But anyway, it was the whole visual is what I'm getting at. So he would have women down there and he would, you know, have them live and he would, you know, show them off per se, but he wasn't trying to do that with her. He was trying to keep it behind the scenes on the low, you know, where nobody knew what was going on about their relationship. According to her, well, at least from what I can understand, he really didn't have no business intentions with her. That's the way it appears from what I understand. Now, if y'all understand it, definitely let me know. Definitely let me know if y'all understood it. Definitely. I watched the whole show, and from what I can estimate, he really didn't want to have any business ventures or endeavors with her. It just seemed like it was some type of, you know, that's a good conversation starter. And maybe he did want her to come down there, you know, for real. But I ain't going to see no nigga first or second time, most likely the first time he gonna come see me. And that's definitely after we've been hollering at each other for a long time. It definitely ain't gonna be no month, no few months. I don't know you, nigga. I met you on Facebook, YouTube, IG, whatever, TikTok. You know, we got to have a long communication track record, whatever, preceding, you know, meeting up in person. But some people, they meet up with people all the time that they don't know. And they'll stay at a nigga house all the time that they don't know. But anyway, so VS, as usual, you know, she was asking some pretty good questions. But yeah. She said it went from like mixing business with pleasure. That's basically what it went to. It started as business, it started being mixed with pleasure, and it ended up with no business at all. At all. Now, VS was again watching some asking some questions. Did you ever send him any money? No. Did you ever send him any explicit pics? She said only like a thigh pic, a naked leg pic, or whatever. She said, did Envy ever send you anything like pictures, videos, anything, him jacking off, anything like that? She said no, he didn't send her anything like that. Any pics, she said he didn't send her anything. So I don't know if she didn't ask or he just didn't offer or whatnot. Anyway, somebody from the chat, y'all. Somebody from the motherfucking chat. The chat be so messy. They said, does Envy have a colostomy bag? Was there a rumor out there that he has a colostomy bag? Because I was like, huh? What? Hey, newbie. Hey, beautiful. You said if a person denies you publicly, nothing done or said in private even matters. You know what? Let me take a sip of that. And I'm drinking water, by the way. I'm drinking Ice Mountain water. But I definitely understand that. You said off topic. But when y'all gonna boycott Belle Biv DeVoe like y'all boycott R. Kelly, backstage underage and you know what? 402. I ain't fucking with you this morning, 402. And how you doing? How you been? I ain't seen you in forever. Forever. When the last time I saw you was at Omaha Days? When we was on the Deuce? I think that was the last time I saw you. But you so crazy. But yes. Hey, is that Unconscious? What up, Noble? How you doing? Hey, Deanna Boo, how you doing, love? Yes, please tell them to hit the like button. I don't know where the likes at, but yes, please hit the like button. Noble said we fall for the banana in the tailpipe with the internet relationships. I don't work. Wait a minute. Okay, it don't work if it's for ulterior motives. It absolutely don't work. It absolutely, I always say, and I'll say it again, be careful of who you become fond of on the internet, especially in the B sector, because we know what the sector gives. A lot of times these people get in these relationships, and next thing you know, we know everything they done discussed, all the pillow talking, the pictures, the DMs, the recordings. You have to know who you become fond of. Noble said he'll never do it again. I know, but I bet you won't, Noble. I bet you won't. Child. I know you like, you know what? I ain't even gonna get into it. But I know. It seems like you learned your lesson, but the other nigga down there in Cali, he done had a few of them damn online relationships. Hey, Oxy, how you doing? You said, isn't her husband in a rest home in Russia somewhere? That's what I heard, Oxy. That's exactly what I heard. You said not in the corner like Diddy all maxed up. That's what Treasure was. You know what? I am that nosy. Hey, boo. You said, so it sounds like she's seeking some type of revenge on Envy because he displayed her to the public like he does with. I don't know. Oh, I know what you mean. He didn't display her. Yep. I don't know. I think it was more because of the fact that he didn't acknowledge her. That's what I was taking. You know that he didn't acknowledge her. That's how I took it. Now, I don't know if it was because of the fact that she wasn't displayed like the MUs, or what was that other lady? I don't know who that other lady was. Wasn't she a white lady? Or was that his roommate? Because Didi said that he has a roommate and it's a white lady. So, but I remember a time when Envy had a roommate, because I think he talked about it before, but then I thought he had moved and got a different spot and he no longer had a roommate. So I don't know if he has a roommate. I don't think that's neither here nor there if he has a roommate or not. But I know they did mention that he had a roommate because VS was talking about, her traveling there to see him. And then VS said something about, well, if he got a roommate, so you mean to tell me that when RY went to see him, that she was there with the roommate? Was RY cooking for everybody in the house? Is that why she was cooking all those big dinners or all those big platters, of food? So I don't know for sure if he has a roommate or not. I don't know that. But that's just what they were discussing. You said we could say acknowledge, then why be so upset over a guy she never in real life when she's married? Child, that's a big question, ain't it? I am that nosy. But after I think somebody mentioned that to her in the chat. I think somebody mentioned, well, weren't you married at the time in the chat? And that's another time when she got emotional, talking about her husband, being ill and having, I think she said Alzheimer's. It was either Alzheimer's or dementia, and how he was with his family or in a facility, or somebody mentioned Russia. I did hear something about Russia. So I don't even think that her husband is with her right now. I don't think. I could be wrong. But I do remember her saying that he was somewhere, they sent him somewhere, so he might still be in Russia if that's, what she was alleging. But anyway, back to their business endeavors. Once she saw that it wasn't going nowhere, once she felt like she wasn't getting any respect, because it started out as discussing business, but in actuality, she claims he was just attracted to her and was flirting with her, and they was actually flirting back and forth. It was not one-sided. So we definitely have to understand that it was not one-sided. They were flirting with each other, caking behind the scenes, virtual caking, whatever you want to call it. But she realized that it no longer focused at all on the original business aspect of their relationship, situationship, YouTube-ship, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And whenever she was trying to reel it back in, asking him, when is he going to fly her out, or telling him, let's discuss business. He didn't want to talk about business. He didn't want to come over and click her link. She said that he got upset with her and he would start ghosting her. So she was like, fuck that shit, nigga. You ain't going to ghost me. And, so she was like, okay, why did you even approach me in the first place about business arrangement? Show me all your films, your crews, your creativity, your singers, your dancers, your performers, and shit like that. And then another thing I heard that caught my attention was VS asked, did he really work at a strip club? Now, definitely don't dox a nigga in my chat. But that was the first time I heard of him working with a strip club. And I don't know if VS asked that because Gigi mentioned singers and dancers and performers. I mean, could have been talking about opera for all I know. Could have been talking about some Tyler Perry plays. There is in the A. So I don't know. But VS said, does he work for a strip club? But she quickly avoided that answer. She didn't want to. She's like, y'all ain't about to get me in no damn trick bag. So she refused to answer, but she said anyway, when he didn't get his way, allegedly, he would become aggressive. And one day, I guess they were on the StreamYard or on an IG or whatever, and they was, virtually talking to each other. And he literally, this is what she claims, because he got upset because she wasn't doing what he wanted her to do. She said he flipped out on her, jumped up from his seat in front of the camera, walked over to his cabinet, and came back in the camera frame with a pew-pew or a bazooka. And she said the only thing she could think about was what if she was in his house at the time. This is what she claimed. So allegedly, this is what happened. A lot of people is wondering, what the fuck VS talking about? Who did Envy pull a pew-pew on? I actually thought it was in person. When I saw the post, I actually thought it was in person. I was like, oh my gosh. Because the only person I remember pulling a pew-pew on someone in person, and I ain't gonna say his name, but if y'all remember, it was in the middle of the night while everybody was sleeping. and it was caught on Ring doorbell camera. And somebody rung a doorbell in the middle of the night. And somebody else came to the door with a pew pew. And, well, I'm sure y'all can guess who it was. But she does claim that she has a screenshot. Will she show this screenshot? I don't know. If she shows that screenshot, that will definitely prove what she's alleging. And why does she have a screenshot? That's the B sector way. The B sector way. I would have took a screenshot too. I sure would. I would have had my finger on that motherfucking mouth so quick. Now, this is allegedly what she claims happened. But I'm saying if this would have happened to me and somebody pulled a pew pew on me on the screen, I would have took a screenshot too. I sure would. Hey, Lady Snoop, how you doing, sugar? Who else did I miss? Who else did I miss? Did I get everybody? Hey, Goddess. You said apparently has Alzheimer's and doesn't remember. Yeah, Alzheimer's. Yep. That's what it was. Alzheimer's and doesn't remember her. So, when it comes to people who still married, I know people who were married, they separated, been separated for years. The nigga start fucking with somebody else. The woman start fucking around with somebody else. So I really don't have anything bad to say about that. I mean, it's I ain't married. So, I ain't never been married. I would love to one day, but I ain't never been married. But I see it all the time. Motherfuckers separate. Sometimes they just don't want to get the divorce. They don't nobody want to pay for it, or don't nobody want to sign the papers, or don't nobody want, and they still, raising kids together and got their own lives and own homes and shit, but they fucking with other people. So, I'm just saying. You said, being that all of this is over some internet stuff, I would say I don't know her either. His cousin took him from her when he got sick. I remember all this. Hey, you 34. What's up? Hey, newbie. You said you remember that? I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just saying. People do what they want to do when they married, dating, separated, broke up. I don't know. But anyway, so that's kind of the gist of her coming out here, because she felt like, I guess she still felt disrespected. Like, you're not going to acknowledge that we had, and it wasn't like they just had one or two conversations. They had, months and months and months of conversations and planning to meet up with each other. Then the fact that people was telling him her names and he was like, I don't know her. I don't know that name. Who is that? Woo. ZX had hit the link when RNY and Envy was still on yesterday, and he hit the link, and he was basically, talking about the fact that he's on the phone with different people or women, in the middle of the night. And one thing that ZX said, because RNY was like, well, ZX, let me ask you something, because, ZX came with the question. And she was like, well, let me ask you something, grown folks. If this shit happened like 2024, early 2025 before me, what am I supposed to do about it? And he said, what I would tell my daughter is, your nigga's a liar. I was cracking up. Why? Because he's just, sometimes he's just funny to me. He's just funny to me, and somehow the way he brings a point or something across, it just tickles me. And he said he lied to you. He literally lied to you and said he didn't know this woman. But they were planning to meet each other, planning to go live and run skits and all this, massage tables and all this. And he, even in the messages that we saw that VS posted, the DM messages, he was calling her Gigi, he was calling her Deidre. But when people was naming these names, he was saying he didn't know her. And he claims he forgot. Now, the only reason why I could see if maybe he forgot is if maybe he talks to a lot of people. Maybe he has a lot of relationships. And I don't mean male-female relation. I'm saying maybe he conducts a lot of business with a lot of people, and maybe that's how he forgot about her. I don't know. I'm just guesstimating here, just guesstimating. Now, me myself, I can definitely remember a motherfucker that I was talking to a year ago. If it was that detailed. Now, if a nigga just hit me up out the blue, what's up, hood table? What's up? What you want, nigga? I done had that happen too. Facebook, all that, women get hit on, men get hit on in the DMs and behind the scenes. But if it didn't go nowhere, I might forget. But if we actually had conversations for months and months, and I'm sitting in pictures and we making plans to take trips and all that kind of stuff, I don't think I could forget that. But I don't know if he was doing it for the sake of their relationship, their locked in relationship. I don't know if he was doing it for the sake of their relationship, especially because his woman was sitting there right there on the panel and everybody's looking at envy side-eye. And he's like, I don't remember her. I don't know her. What is he talking about? And then they was accusing people of moving the goalposts, because the goalpost that is said to be moved was VS, from the very post that she posted on her page, which started it off, which got it popping, right? The very post that VS had posted was allegedly he pulled a pew-pew on some female in the beef sector. And so the question is now, why should Lemon apologize to the lovely R&Y for his alleged threats if he didn't apologize to the woman? So that's what set this all off. Yeah, you dig? In my grown voice, you dig? Let me read some of y'all comments. You said she was just bragging about being married. I never heard of this separation. I didn't even know she still had a channel. I'm just gonna be honest. I ain't seen Didi Loop Loop in a long time until I started seeing her again in VS's chat, because I was quite surprised to even see her. And maybe it's because I just be missing her, but I haven't seen Didi Loop Loop in a minute. So I don't know. What up, E-Money? Salute. What up, Tay Baby? You said listen on your break. What up, Mr. Boston? How you doing? What's up? What's going on? Noble said, I went through that phase of my marriage, but we found that divorce was the best option. I understand that. Mother, that story is old, though. I remember her doxing from when she turned on the B sector for ZX. It came out then. I do kind of remember that story when she was that people saying that she was helping him dox people. I kind of remember that era as well. You said MB popped himself. Treasure said, wow, that's deep. Ox, see if don't pay another attention to her, she is left off center. And Lady Snoop said, I disagree. Him lying to VS is what set this off. Yeah, that's what I meant. Oh, I was about to get there, Snoop. I was just reading some of the comments. But you said we couldn't move until it was proven he knew her. Damn, I love how you say how you say your name, Mr. Boston? What's up, Sincere? But yeah, what I was gonna say, it kind of got set off because VS had made that post. And then he was like, who did he pull a pew-pew on? Whatever, prove it, show the receipts, you know how it is the B sector. We got to see the receipts. And then that's what VS asked him, do you know Gigi or Deatra, Didi Loop Loop? And he said no. So that's when they came out with the receipts, and VS did a live, which she did take down, but I got some screenshots. Of the conversation that they had in the DMs. And in one of the screenshots, several of the screenshots, he was calling her Deidre and he was calling her Gigi. So, on top of this situation going on with R&Y, saying that she felt threatened that, Lemon was going to, go cross country and, pull a bazooka on her. Then they're saying that they're moving the goalposts because the situation was supposed to be about the pew-pew, right? The situation was supposed to be about the pew-pew. So why? This is what Envy and them is saying. Why are y'all moving the goalposts and now asking him about some female that he claims he doesn't know? So is the situation really about him pulling a pew-pew on somebody? Or is the situation really about some woman that he might have had some type of situation with before RNY. But they have to bring it all out together to wrap it all up and, put it in a nice little pretty package with a bow. So now he remembers who she is. Thanks to, the screenshots, thanks to, of course, her coming out and talking about it, and her coming on her own show, her being on VS's panel. So now it's out there in the air. And so when ZX hit the panel, it was like, this is what I would tell my daughter. You're asking me, what can you do about some man who was fucking around with some lady before you? That's not really the point here. The point here is that he lied and said he didn't know who she was. And it was just like a year ago that they were communicating. So that's why I said I'm trying to get him some type of leeway, get him some type of, maybe he was just having a lot of communication with a lot of people behind the scenes. Maybe he just did. I don't know. I can't really say why he would or could forget that type of situationship. But that's what he claims. But now he knows who she is. So anyway, that's what I got from the conversation. That's what I got from the interview, which was, like I said, I don't know if I would call it an interview because Gigi was on her own panel and VS was up there asking her questions. Even Tosa hit the link to ask her some questions, and she was open. She had people, she had the link drop. She was like, anybody can ask questions and shit like that. But you know what? I was really gagged when Tosa, speaking of Tosa, when Tosa hit the panel talking about how Envy allegedly be watching Marcus from Atlanta Street interviews, seeing which ladies fresh out of jail he can make his rounds on. And then they was talking about he allegedly wanted to have orgies. This is allegedly, child, this is what I heard. This is not what I know. This is just what I heard. Did y'all hear that too in the past? I ain't never heard no shit like that. But then again, I didn't used to watch Envy. And hey, LaKendra, how you doing, boo? You said, so that was her excuse for showing the Pew Pew receipt since this is what started everything, I suppose. And she didn't show the Pew Pew receipts yet, I am that nosy. She only showed receipts that they know each other. That they were flirting with each other. They had some type of situationship behind the scenes. That she was supposed to, travel to see him and woo 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 woo. Now, I do believe that she's still going live tonight because I saw that she has a live scheduled for 10 p.m. tonight. So, matter of fact, let me go over there and tell y'all the title of the live because I just saw it earlier this morning. So, what is her show called? Hold on one second. Okay, so the title of her, it's actually her Cash App. So it's $ Deidra Helena. That's her. Matter of fact, let me get the link to her channel for those who might want it. Just in case some of you might want it. And hey, mighty Zion Movement, what's up? Salute to you as well. You said, yes, it's true. Some of the ladies exposed him. Marcus did too. Wow. Hey, Queen Tosa, how you doing, hon? Trace York said, laugh out loud. I am that nosy said, but her not also showing a new Pew Pew receipt says a lot. She just looking for clout numbers. I unsubbed last night. Again, she might do that tonight. I'm not sure because the show that she has titled tonight says, hold up, where is it? It's still about me and you, Envy. This is your last and final chance. Never build your house on my sand. That's the title of tonight's show. So I don't know if she's going to show the receipts, but I did not know. So, Snoop, Come on now. Orgy? He actually said verbally on a public platform that he wanted to have orgies? Child. You said turned out to be the introduction of RNY to RNY, meaning they was even supposed to pop out at NYCA's at Nika's Halloween contest. What up, QI? Pimping at an all-time high. What's her darn channel? I just dropped the link, Cosmic. I just dropped the link. Bless your hood. You know, everyone knows Superstar Didi. Loop, loop. Yes. Loop, loop. Oh, I love how he says that. But I did drop her link for anybody who wants to go and watch the video that she did last night with VS, where she was telling her story about how they met and what happened and explaining the pew pew allegations and shit like that. But I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there just in case. Because why so late though? I don't know. Maybe she has. I don't know. Maybe because of her schedule, that's the best time for her. But she said she's going to come back live with her laptop because she was at the hospital the other day. So she didn't have her laptop. But she said on her laptop is a lot more receipts because I guess she was using her phone. So on her laptop, she said it's a lot more receipts. Hey, my boo. How you doing, sugar? So I don't know, QI, why so late? Child, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe or she could be waiting to see what might happen, you know, because Envy and them is going live too. Y'all already know Envy and them is going live too. Now, one thing, I don't know if y'all heard RMY say this yesterday. Again, we're talking about what we seen and what we heard. Over on RMY's, she has said something about, was it to ZX? I think it was to ZX. Or somebody who hit the link. Do you think this was something all along that people want to sabotage their relationship? Do you think that's what people wanted to do from the beginning? What do y'all think? Anybody got an idea? Anybody got a guess? Anybody got an opinion on that? And also feel free to hit the link. I do have the link pinned. So if anybody wants to hit the link, feel free. But that was interesting for me because okay. A lot of y'all done heard me say this before. I'm a woman who loves love. I love relationships. I love Black love. Most importantly, I love all my other races and everything, but Black love, I love most importantly. I'm all for people having relationships. Whenever people tell me they having problems in their relationship, what? Are you sure? I got a call the other day. Somebody asked me, can I come over to your crib and spend the night? Why? Because such and such is going on and such and such is going on and I ain't going back. Are you sure? Are you sure that's something you want to do? Did you talk about it? Are you sure you just don't want to calm down? Both of y'all calm down. Just give each other a little bit of space. That's how I am with my friends and my family. Like, I'm not just, okay, all right. You know, I'm like, are you sure that's what you want to do? Y'all been together for so long, you know, maybe get some counseling, maybe I'm all for relationships, but of course, if they become like really toxic or you're harming each other, if it's making a really negative impact on children in the household, that's what I'm like, well, maybe, but I hate to be the one, especially as a single person. Now, I know people say a lot that single people should never comment on somebody's or give their opinion or their advice to people who are in relationships, especially married people. But a lot of those people who are single have been married and they have been in relationships. So how could you tell? See, that's the thing. Just because somebody is single don't mean that they might not have some good advice from past experiences. Because a lot of people who are married got some really bad, fucked up relationships. And they could probably use a lot of advice. That's the real shit right there. A lot of people come out here on social media and pretend and act like their relationships are so solid and all this kind of stuff. And behind the scenes, people know what the fuck is really going on. This nigga ain't coming home at night. This nigga doing this. She's doing this. He done got a baby on the outside of the family. Like, so, I mean, sometimes, you can't just always say, oh, because you ain't in a relationship. you can't speak on. You know, some people are out of relationships because of some fucked up shit that somebody in a marriage might be going through. And just because a single person is being asked for advice doesn't necessarily mean that single person is going to tell you to throw in the towel, throw in the rag. I'm going to tell you to push for it, push for your relationship. You know, get counseling, go see a preacher. You know, that's how I am. But that's just me. So, but that person didn't end up coming over. I think they ended up, you know, talking, and hopefully it works out. But again, we all know when it's time to walk away, because some of us have to walk away from relationships, right? But, you know, let me read some of y'all comments, see if y'all answered my question. Did any of y'all answer my question? Only knew her by Lady Loot Loot. Riggs said the story is. My said, what it do, Riggs? The StreamYard office. Oh, that was funny though, QI. When I was reading the DMs and he said, meet me in my office. And he said, StreamYard is my office. Well, you know, we do pay damn near $50 for that shit every month, right? You can write that shit off as a tax write-out if you got a, you know, if you're a YouTuber, you're a content creator, and you making money off YouTube. I wonder what is she warning Envy about? He doesn't even talk about her. He just denied knowing her. Everything else is on his ass about doxing. About the okay, it started off as VS making a post. It's all about the pew pew and the what Envy and RNY got going on with Lemon. You know, the bazooka. So when she heard that about the storyline between Envy and RNY and the bazooka, she hit up VS and told her, well, that nigga pulled a pew pew on me. What does Lemon got to apologize to anything about? Because he pulled a pew pew on me and he never apologized. So then when VS said, do you know such and such? He lied and said he didn't. So it's not only that, it's not only about the lie saying he didn't know her, it's about the pew pew that he threatened her with. So, and she was like, she never went to authorities on him, but he got his girl going to the authorities on Lemon. And she's claiming that he actually pulled a pew pew out on her, even though it was on a virtual StreamYard, and Lemon never actually pulled a pew pew on anyone. That nigga was just over there drunk as fuck, like he usually is, talking out of the side of his head, talking about, I'm gonna get my bazooka on you. Yeah, you know. Ain't nobody taking that well. I ain't gonna say ain't nobody, but I guess 99.2% of the sector is not taking him seriously. But that's not for us to take seriously, right? That's for RNY to take seriously. So, you know, if she feels threatened, if she feels that she needs to take proper precautions to make sure that she is safe and make sure the authority knows that she feels threatened, then that's up to her. That's her right. As Mother say, that's her Pennsylvania privilege, right? You think it's not a real okay, so let's get into the. Hey, did I say hi to Room Shaker? Hey, baby, how you doing? What up, Barn Dog? How you doing? Who else did I miss? Y'all better holler at me if I missed y'all, because I don't like to skip over anyone. Sincere Saida, my Deanna Boo, shout out to the moderators and the members. Moderators, y'all know if y'all have channels, you can always drop your link to your channels, especially if you have upcoming shows coming up. But let's talk about this Locked In, because that's another thing I wanted to talk about, that ZX when he was up there on the channel. Up there on the panel. So first off, okay. ZX had asked about him being on the phone late at night with different females, regardless if it's business, or business. Well, I won't say pleasure, business. And he said, no, RNY said, well, we already talked about that. And I already told him that I don't want him up late anymore in the middle of the night talking to any females, because it just looks bad, and all this bad shit that happened, and they don't want to have these situations again, right? And then she said, we also decided that we're not going to help anybody else. So Envy says, no, you didn't say that. And she was like, yes, I did. He said, no, you did not say that I am not to be on the phone with any female in the middle of the night. And so ZX was sitting there like, huh? What? Child, now this shit, I ain't gonna hold you, Envy and RY. This shit was probably the gag of all gags of the entire show, okay? The gag of all gags. Because RY was standing 10 toes down that she told him, I do not want you on the phone or on StreamYard, in your office on StreamYard or IG or anything like that at 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. And he said, you did not tell me that. No, you didn't. Why are you telling these people that you told me that? Now that right there, I would have just stayed quiet and I would just let RY ride with that because you made her look extremely bad right there. And I literally had secondhand embarrassment. Because you can tell that that's what she wants, but he was like, that ain't it. He said, that ain't it. Then he was like, no, I ain't doing that. He basically was letting it be known publicly that just because you want me to not be on the phone or in my StreamYard office suite at 2, 3, 4 in the morning with a female, that don't mean I'm not going to do it. That's basically what he was saying. Exactly, just trolling. He wasn't agreeing to it. He was like, that's not what I'm not. I would have just stayed quiet and let my girl, who I'm locked in with, have that. And I would have talked to her behind the scenes. Because everything ain't made for the public. Now, I know that, Envy, he's used to being in public relationships, having different women on his platform, having them at his house, going live, shit like that. It could have been had. Thank you, Stacey Robertson. That conversation could have been had on the phone. They could have even went in the back chat, the private chat. You didn't tell me that. We'll talk about this later. Let's just move this conversation along. Oh no. And then she's up there. Yes, I did. But that's what I told you. And then when he was saying, you didn't tell me that, and I'm not going to do that, or I would never agree to that. That's when she said, well, I don't have an iron fist, or I don't have a, something basically saying, well, I can't force him to do this, or my word is not Bible, or something like that. She was trying to fix it. That's what it seemed like. That's what it appeared to us, the public. But I was like, oh, hell no. I would have dropped down. This is just me, y'all. This is the hood table, and I'm going to keep it all the way hood. I always keep it hood with y'all. If that was my nigga, and he said that shit, that he was going to continue to have conversations at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning with females, I don't give a fuck if y'all do have some type of business endeavor together or y'all work together or whatnot. I would have dropped off that link because that was like truly secondhand embarrassment. Because you basically telling her, I don't care what the fuck you want. We didn't need to know that. Yeah, right, Stacey. We didn't need to know. That should have been some. But I guess but see, the thing about it was, as a woman, she was basically saying what she feels. I don't want you on the phone because look at what we're going through right now. People making accusations that you trying to get in somebody's drawers, that you trying to fuck somebody, that you calling people out their name and, calling people sluts and disrespecting people in the middle of the night and woo-woo-woo-woo. And so it's basically interrupting their relationship. Who wants that to happen in their relationship? Nobody. Don't nobody want to hear no accusation that their woman or their nigga is doing some, precarious shit, in the middle of the night with somebody else. So I can totally understand why she would say that. And I get it. Envy stays up late. He's a night owl and shit like that. But when it comes to the females, I would probably be like, Big Red, bitch, my hours is 9 to 5. My hours is 9 to 5. Now, being on the phone with a nigga in the middle of the night, But a female, I wouldn't be going for that. That locked in needs to be clarified for real, Kimberly. And again, if anybody wants to hit the link, go ahead and hit the link. But because I'm at my hour and 10 minutes, so I try to give y'all an hour, then I have y'all hit the link if y'all want to. But what did I miss? So she should have had those pics of the pew pew screenshots ready before she broke the story. Okay, I hear you. That would have been great. That really would have been great. I think she basically was like, when he denied knowing her, because I don't think she really wanted to get all into the story. I think she was just like, oh, that's crazy how they did that and called the authorities on Lemon, but he did that to me. And it just put more flames on the fuel when he denied knowing her. Oh, you missed that part, details. She said that once he when she kept asking about, because they were supposed to have some type of skit or run some type of skit, some type of scene, for YouTube, she was supposed to go down to his crib and they were supposed to be doing some kind of scene. They was going to go live, and she, being a licensed masseuse, massage therapist, he was going to be on a massage bed and she was going to be massaging him. It was going to be some skit, a gag for the YouTube. For the B sector or whatnot, but it never happened. And I guess they were supposed to have some type of business things going on or something, because they're in the same type of industry. That never happened. She also, asked him, to hit her link or support her channel or some shit like that. That never happened. So she kind of was like, enough with all this flirting and all this other shit that we've been doing, because it started out as business conversation and it's turned into him, and her just flirting with each other behind the scenes and not having any business, And so she said one day he got really upset because she wasn't doing what he wanted her to do, or acting how, this is her words, or acting how, he wanted her to act. And she said he got up real upset and jumped up from the seat in front of the camera and went to a cabinet to his left, her words, not mine, and said he pulled out a pew pew and pointed it in the camera. Now she says she has screenshots. She says she screen recorded or took a screenshot. So being that she's coming live tonight at 10 o'clock and from the title of her new show tonight, I think she might show it. And also said she'll be able to show more receipts once she got home, because she has a lot more receipts on her laptop. So I'm thinking that we might see that receipt tonight. I'm not 100% sure, but at this point in time, I think a lot of people would have to see it, because a lot of people right now is just thinking she's crazy. She's either jealous of him or she's upset because he didn't put her on Front Street, and because, she said that he wanted to keep her behind the scenes, shit like that. Didn't want to put their situationship out there for everybody to know. Woo, 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 woo. So I don't know. But QI said, let's also not act like Envy does not have an extensive history of womanizing and using women for degrading content. Right. That's why I mentioned that before. I mean, I mentioned, not in those words, but I said he has a history of, being with women and putting them on Front Street and on, on his lives and, things like that. You said RY is Envy's Olivia Pope. Oh, wow. Just like when they were reading the text message, one she didn't know about, but she played it off. I could tell. Yeah, Stacy. What up, Dee Dee? Maybe that's why she felt threatened, because Envy has a ooh. And why they keep talking about bazookas? Oh, he probably got a little pew 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 too. I know myself. I don't want no little pew pew pew. I got me a Glock 17. Shit, I got me a Glock, baby. Semi-automatic. My man would have went along with me, but when we got off here, he would have told me, you know what? I have been not in this type of situation, Stacy. Bingo. I have not been in this type of situation, but I've been in a type of situation where, you have to read the room. Even in a relationship, if you at somebody's house, if you're at a store, if you're at the mall, what the fuck ever, you have to read the room. And sometimes your mate, your partner, husband, wife, or something, you can say something and you have to feel their energy, whether it's between their expression, their posture, their mood swing or their mood shift, their demeanor. Like, as soon as he heard that, the right thing was not to do, especially with ZX on the panel. ZX is already on the panel calling him a liar, you know, for saying that he didn't know Gigi. And then that right there. And so then the next thing we hear is we have a locked-in relationship. And I'm like, what the fuck is a locked-in relationship? A lot of people's like, what's a locked-in relationship? And so I happened to look up locked-in relationship, and it was basically what I thought it was, like maybe a committed, monogamous relationship dedicated to your partner for long-term, mutual support, shared future plans, exclusive dedication to that person. That's a locked-in relationship. That's what I read on Google. Okay, and let me make sure this is my boo. Let me put up a banner. I believe this is you. But I just want to make sure, because you know how motherfuckers is these days. Okay. Hey, boo.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you, hon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. I don't. Okay. It may go out because I'm driving and I got it connected to the vehicle.
Okay. What's up, hon?
I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
I am so annoyed because for several reasons. Like, I understand, like, what's going to happen tonight, I don't want to be involved in.
Okay.
I want to take a step back because, you give somebody a boost and then you let them walk on their own. Now, because people say, VS, you're controlling and all this stuff, whatever, which no one has said that, but, that's like the thing. And maybe I am, because last night, everything was like in order. You had a man who flat out lied and said he didn't know this lady. We came out with the receipts, which forced him to tell the truth. So he had to say, yeah, I did know her. 8 receipts was given. A picture, conversation, flirting. I mean, so now it was almost like, I understand people don't care for Gigi. I wasn't here when the big blow up happened, so I don't have the same feelings they have yet. You get what I'm saying? She ain't did nothing to me, So it's like now they're like dismissing her receipts and saying, we not full enough. We want more. And if you don't provide more, it's gonna make the other receipts null and void. But my thing is, we can't even get past, the man said he didn't even know this woman. So I'm not saying she can or can't produce a pew pew, because I haven't seen that receipt myself with my own eyes. If I saw it, I would, I'd be like, I confirm.
Right.
But she said she's going to be able to present it. But then again, I don't know. I can only go off of what she said. And so far, she has presented what she said she's going to be able to present. But now I feel like if she did not present something, the butt of a gun, a pew pew, the head of it, a fingertip on it, I don't know. Like, it's going to like blow up everything. And I don't feel safe enough to be on the platform to support it unless she go ahead and show me the receipt, and then I could sit up there comfortable. But I don't feel comfortable. And then even if she show a hand holding it, they're gonna say, no, how we know that's him? We need more than the hand. We need the face. Well, that's AI. And then we need a DNA test. We need a toenail. It's like you can't win for losing, because they won't even give the lady her props for the receipts that she did show that is valid, that made him change his story, because they want to talk about something that happened 5, 6, 7. I don't give a fuck if she docked the whole beef sector and y'all mammy. I don't give a fuck, because a lot of these people did that back in the day. What has she done lately? Has she done it last year, the year before? Is it recent? Now I understand why Treasure Lane feels some type of way. I get it because currently she does put stuff on the community wall. They do have current issues. She does use the PDF word and all this stuff with him. I can understand him, but anybody else who she's not, I mean, I can even understand Diva because she say stuff to Diva and they show the receipt and all this stuff, whatever. But everybody else, first off, you can't dox the whole beefing sector. Okay, maybe she doxed 5 or 6 people. I know people that dox 20 and 30 people. And the church folks in the beefing sector, y'all ain't on their neck. Jason do it in your face. VSI can't drop her dick all the time. Ain't nobody doing shit to me. So y'all want to go back 5. When are y'all gonna let people have redemption to show change? Is she doing it now to y'all? That's my only problem. It's like when she did show something good. Now, yeah, the live was getting derailed. That's why I was trying to get Just Crystal off the live, because this ain't about Just Crystal. We want to keep it focused on one person and one person only. This ain't no Me Too movement. We just want to keep it on one thing. So I tried to get her off. Okay. Krista, she read the room. She got quiet. Then we had to figure out how to calm Trish down a little bit. Okay, Trish calmed down a little bit. All right, then ZX came up there. Then that was, and I was like, you know what? Let me go, because don't nobody want to listen. Y'all see, I'm trying to keep things in order. Now, I can only work with you if you work with me. I can't do it all. And then I'm on somebody else's platform trying to help get them clout. I don't mind giving clout because I want clout too. You give me clout, I give you clout. We give each other clout. I don't mind going over helping her because she gave some awesome receipts. But it's like, it's like, boom, it's nothing now because it's like the stuff she do give is not good enough. Now people want to talk about what happened 5-6 years ago. It's like you can't win for losing. So it's very frustrating. And I'm not going to be looking bad. You know what I'm saying? I worked a little bit too hard to kind of get to build my clout back up a little bit because, my stats went down. But it's like, I don't want to be involved if she can't produce me a receipt before her live start. And not because I feel like she have to show it. It's because it's about the people, the audience. I always say I'm the people champ, I'm for the people. That's what they want to see now. So if she can't produce that, it's going to basically void out her other receipts. And I know this. She's going to become troll food. I don't want to be a part of that. Because first off, I told her, I asked her, could she wait until today? Because she was at the hospital. She was dealing with something. She showed me proof, which I told her, you don't have to show me a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? And I did not screenshot nothing like that, but she showed me her laid up at the hospital.
Oh yeah, I believe she's in the hospital. Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand both sides of everything, but it's just annoying where even when she did show receipts, it wasn't good enough. So if she do, and then I saw some people say, well, if you on a private StreamYard, how can you take a picture? I've taken pictures and all kinds of stuff when I was on private StreamYards because you always have another device to the side. You never know. You might be sneaking and recording somebody. You never know. It ain't hard if you see somebody cutting up and going into a rant to grab another device and hurry up and take a quick picture or do a recording. That's not.
You can just press your snip and sketch. They can't see you doing that.
Yeah. When you on the StreamYard, I'm telling you, I used to record when we used to have our Mess Express. Sometimes they knew I was recording. Sometimes they didn't. There was 1 or 2 people I would have more conversation than the other people. And I'd be like, just letting y'all know I'm going to record this live. So some people would know and some people would know. I mean, it's just how the game goes. It was like that. So, yeah, I mean, I hope she have something because if she come on live, now Treasure Lane said that she was going to come live and talk about trans rights and all this stuff. I don't think this is the time for that. There's a time and a place for everything. I just don't think this would be the time. And last night, I couldn't keep the train going the right way. So what I did, I dropped down with the bed. And then, also, I'm going to have to talk to ZX because we have to be able to know if we're going to work together, I'm going to keep your show in order and you keep mine in order. Because when I was up there with Diva, I could have derailed that show. I could have jumped down and I could have, because both of them out jumping. I'm just saying, did some weird stuff like that. But I really have been trying to show ZX that I'm willing to work with him the right way because I did kind of do some shady stuff to him with the show thing. ZX haven't done nothing wrong to me. But you know, we had a beef before, it went back and forth. Okay, yeah. But I'm just talking about when we was working together, it was me not being comfortable. And I was like, nah, let me just go ahead and shut this down. So I shut it down, I kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, damn, I ain't even did nothing, which he didn't. So I'm trying to be more open-minded right now and not go live and be like, oh, fuck everybody. I'm taking everybody into. I'm trying to be more open-minded about it and show that I'm not being, you know, over the top or whatever, if that makes sense what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. And I was just saying earlier in the chat that it would probably be for best interest to show the screenshot of the pew, 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 because that's what set this whole thing off. Yeah, you know, he did deny knowing her and shit like that. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But the original intent was you showed a pew, pew, pew to me, but you had this woman sitting next to you who went to the authorities on somebody who threatened to show whatever, you know, what a pew, pew,
but
pew.
But I'm still waiting on him to respond. See, here's the thing. When you load up your pew pew, you don't let all the bullets off right away. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. You might pop all yours off and then somebody come and then unload on you. That's the reason I was saying we waiting on him to respond to her saying she was showing her legs. Or they brought in New Year's together. See, this man is getting a lot of passes. That's why I said I see it from both sides. I know what the audience want. Y'all want to see that pew pew, so y'all continue to stay on his neck. But the thing is, she's shown a lot, and y'all saying, well, we want more, and we want more, and this man ain't showed a damn thing. That's my problem. Everybody's trying to talk about what happened 5-6 years ago. Everybody was doxing. Everybody. But have she done it recently? I thought we could get redemption in this sector. Can't nobody get redemption? And now if she doxed the whole beefing sector, now they said 4 or 5 people. Them small numbers from what people do that I know do. 5-6 people, that ain't nothing. Show me where she did it to all the big dogs, and she did it to 30 people. Now, like I said, I understand why Treasure feels some type of way, and I understand why Diva or Jay Dunn. I understand why a couple of people feel some type of way because they have active situation going on. But y'all can't dismiss this woman came out there and shut shit down by making this man immediately change his whole story.
Oh, they said ZX had Lemon and RNY and Envy, all 3 on his panel this morning.
Yeah, it was actually a good live. And I don't think Envy was happy about it because he left out. But ZX set it up to let them be able to talk and speak about it. You know what I'm saying? So I think ZX had actually, man, let me tell you this, and then I'm gonna have to go.
Okay.
I had rolled over, clicked on the YouTube. I thought that this was Lemon's live. It was some good numbers. I saw Lemon up there. I saw ZX up there. And I kept clicking because it said I had a wrench. I said, Lemon gave me a wrench because I was able to see the messages that were being like, you know, deleted or hidden. And I was like, what in the world? I never would have guessed there was ZX up this late. Well, up this early in the morning. He had some wonderful numbers and him and Lemon up there just chilling. It was him, Lemon, and then Duke Pharaoh. And I was like, what in the world? And then I said, oh, ZX popping. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, that's what's up, ZX popping. See, I like that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how people try to be ZX haters, but I'm like, give them redemption. But I'm trying to practice what I preach too, because when I do get what they call paranoid, you know, I will go ahead and be like, you know, fuck everybody. And I'm not going about my business and just do my own thing. But I'm trying not to do that. But I did not like ZX coming up there. And it changed the show a little bit. I did not like this ain't about Diva. However, she kept calling his name. So then on the flip side, in defense of ZX, he like, well, she started calling my name to come up here. I'm coming up here. So I get both sides of it. That's the reason why I'm not doing anything outlandish or saying anything crazy. You know, I do plan on having a conversation with behind the scenes, but what I'm saying now is what I can say behind the scenes. I don't feel like I said anything bad. But I did not like it. So I said, let me drop down because nobody want to listen. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna see how everybody do tonight on their own. Now, if she show me a receipt ahead of time, I'll be up there if she allow me to be up there. But if I don't see nothing ahead of time, I'm just not gonna be involved because now it has changed it. The post has changed now to if she don't show nothing, everything is null and void. And then she finna be troll food.
And they did say Lemon gave him a redirect, so that could have helped with the numbers too. But you know, when you get the numbers, you got to keep them. So he must have been doing a good job keeping. And did you see what Peeper said?
Hold on one second. Let me mute one moment.
Okay. And welcome everybody. Make sure you please like and share the video, please, and thank you very much. You said ZX can't get him nothing. Hey, Brown Beauty, how you doing, beautiful? And Lemon takes over every panel. Lemon likes kissing up to his abusers. Ciao. Lemon takes over. Okay, I read that one. Kimberly, glad you got that out. Respect. Kimberly said that's a lie. Everybody have not talked or flirted with someone on the internet. That's not my style at all. I plead the fifth on that. I gotta plead the fifth on that one, child.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Oh, you want me to read it or can you see it?
No, I can't see anything. It's my phone is put, it's because I'm driving.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, Peeper said Diva's issue was you not taking her side in the Tracy beef, and then when you stood on B set the business, she didn't like it.
Yeah, but I mean, we talked about it, and we got as far as we could go with the conversation. I still don't hate Diva. You know what I'm saying? I can't get mad enough because I don't have reason to be mad with her. It's just, I didn't like what was happening, but I'm not angry. It's just like, she do what she do, and I'll do my best to stay her way. But if I need to mention her, if we talking about a story or a situation, I'm not going to disrespect her, but I'm going to bring up a story.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if what all Lemon and Envy have like planned or collaborated on behind the scenes after we were listening to Gigi last night. I took special interest to the fact that she was saying how Envy was told by Lemon not to fuck with her because of her numbers, and they used Lolo.
He was switching them out. You know how you see, so okay, well, I could work with this person, I could work with this person, and then maybe the numbers are not flowing or things are not working. It's like, well, no, don't use her, work with this person or you'll get more numbers with this person. But my thing is, I haven't seen Lolo hit a panel since that was being said. And usually Lolo will speak out if someone is lying on her or if she needs to defend herself. And we done had, it's 154. I don't know if she worked, but I would have thought Lolo would have hit several people platforms who she's comfortable with, because I know I haven't disrespected Lolo. Sometimes I might throw shade or something. Now I know Gigi was, kind of cursing about, Lolo, but she was emotional. I had to let her get everything out, you know what I'm saying? But I was hoping that Lolo would come out, and even if it's on her own platform, to say, yes, I was on the phone with Envy behind the scenes, or no. So then with Lolo being quiet, and I'm saying this respectfully, well, then I think he got Lolo too. I believe they was behind the scenes. There was some flirting going on. I think all that's gonna come out. And I don't know if you heard this part. Lemon told ZX on his platform that Sour Patch was also a person who was behind the scenes with Envy on them private links and stuff. And we know Sour Patch already openly said that she sent Lemon pictures of her boobs, I believe. They traded pictures. So if they did that for Lemon, just imagine what Envy, since they say he smooth talk women. So I'm sure she, I mean, she ain't no telling what they had going on.
Well, Lolo's in the chat. She said, no, baby, I'm about to go to work. So she's about to go to work.
Okay, how you doing, Lolo? Have a good day at work. I'm just giving my opinion. So Lolo is headed to work. She let me know, nah, bitch, I got a job. So I appreciate you, but hopefully you can speak out about, Lemon saying that, no, not Lemon. Well, Lemon and Deirdre saying that you was behind the scenes with Envy.
Yeah, she
because
said
it's not like her to not like, y'all stop lying on me. That's not true,
Child. They be like, stay out of the DMs, stay off of the phones. Shit, ain't no telling what all be going on behind the scenes. We get quite a bit of, details on Mad Days, from a lot of different people. But yeah, I took a lot of interest into what she said that Envy said about Lemon and behind the scenes and using Lolo and stuff like that. I was like, I just knew that Lolo would come out live or say something. But
even if it was brief, or even if she in your chat, you would have thought she would hit the link. Look, I got to go to work, but I'm just here to tell you that stuff ain't true. But I'll talk to you guys later. You know what I'm saying? We've seen people do more for less. So no, I think this dude got a slick tongue, and he know how to work certain women out. And when people say the vulnerable, they look at it really bad. But the vulnerable could be just a single woman who won't love. It could be an older woman who ain't been touched in a long time. You know what I'm saying? Somebody done, said some sweet nothings they ain't heard. I mean, women, we love to hear compliments. We heard
Hey ladies, I got a couple minutes. I was over there snoozing my ass off. I've been peeping.
Hey Lolo.
Wake you up. Did we wake you?
That's all right. Look, I heard my name. I said, what? What I do this time?
Oh, so you didn't hear the allegations?
Okay, I was watching, right? I popped in last night because I slept late yesterday after being up, after dealing with Lemon bullshit. I was snoozing all day yesterday on my day off. So I heard last night before I fell off again that Didi and Deidre and Envy had some conversations or something. I never knew about any of that. Not at all. Because he don't call me late at night. Yeah, they don't call me at night like that.
But your name got involved because Lemon has suggested to Envy, don't work with Deidre. You can't get no numbers off of her. You need to utilize Lolo.
What?
Get her behind the scenes. And so apparently it's been alleged that I guess Envy tried to detach himself, from her to try to get close to you. So we were all under the impression that have you ever been on Envy's private link, which he called his office?
Nope.
Even if it was for something simple, have you ever been on his private life?
Nope. It's always been a phone call or it's always been through text. Never behind the scenes.
Okay. So y'all have talked offline from off of social media.
Right.
Have he flirted with you or anything like that?
Nope. Never flirted with me, never came up, never was disrespectful, never said anything like that. Nothing.
Did he try to get you to run a play with him or anything? Like do a gag or anything?
Nope.
Meet up?
Nope.
He never mentioned meeting up and nothing like that?
No.
Visiting Georgia? Okay.
No, he did have that.
The hood. I'm gonna be quiet.
He did have that. Oh, there go my alarm. He did.
So you gotta.
I got Pete in the background. Pete. I got a Pete alarm.
No, come get your chicken.
No, come get it. I'll be laughing every time it go off. No, the only time he said anything about that when he was supposed to be having that vacation or that vacation, and I hadn't heard nothing else about it, and I ain't asked about it. And nothing, but no, he's never come out behind me. This whole Didi thing was something else. That was odd. The last thing I watched and before I went back to sleep was listening to you say you ain't got a lot to kick it, and that was it. I hadn't heard nothing else. I've been snoozing my ass off after dealing with them the other day, but no, he didn't never use me as far as I know.
Well, a lot of people in the chat is saying maybe he was implying that he was trying to use you himself, Lemon. And we do know that you did support his channel for a very long time over there.
I did. I tried to be his friend. Yeah, I thought we was friends. I literally thought we was friends. And then when he stopped that, talking about, oh yeah, we was behind the scenes fucking up everybody. Now VS has known me a long time. VS ain't never heard me come out here and say, oh, we said this behind the scenes. Not never about nobody. So all that line pissed me off the other night. And I was like, oh, so you want to play that game? Then we can play that game. But I was on the line on the thing so long. I said, yeah, I'm off Tuesday. I'm just gonna do my own thing, watch TV, and that was it. But nah, he never came off disrespectful. He never came off as trying to use me or suggesting anything or nothing like that, because nah, not at all. So I was shocked that he knew Deidre. I had no idea about that.
Yeah,
Did you see those messages? They were flirting and everything.
I did see the messages, and I was like, what? Oh my.
She said he was telling her how to wear her hair, like pull your beautiful braid your hair and put it to this side, and was, making her feel good and everything.
I
didn't see that part. I saw the first part that you had put out there. And then then we went to Pizarro's, and that was it. I didn't see nothing else. I didn't know about where your hair.
No, it was on her channel. I think she had almost she almost got to 600, but she had a nice crowd over there. And
that was
mm-hmm.
Oh, Deidre did. So Deidre had a live.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was saying. Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't know
people.
she had been gone live. I hadn't seen her go live in a long time.
Yeah, that's
what y'all. How y'all doing?
Hey, Elsa.
Hey, so
Hi,
Lolo.
Queen.
Yeah,
hey, BS, how you doing, baby? You was working it last night, honey. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me just say this. VS, tell me if you remember this. Do you remember anything being discussed about money? She was getting paid.
No, I who talking about Lolo or Deidre?
I don't know. It was one of them. They were getting paid, or some money was exchanged.
No, Deidre said that so they agreed that she was going to come meet up, but all she wanted him to do was at least pay for her hotel or pay for her flight, and she'll do the other. And he said no, that he wasn't going to pay. She could just stay at his house for free. He would take care of the accommodations. And she said she didn't want to stay overnight at his house. And we found out he got a roommate,
Right.
And also she said if they do business, she wanted to know, was he going to give her some money? And he said no.
And Lady Snoop said he did that with someone else that you know of. I think about the money. Lady Snoop, you can link if you want, boo.
Lolo, so did you ever get any money from Envy?
No.
So let me ask you this, because
so what?
Oh, go ahead, VS.
Well, how y'all get a private? Because like Lolo, me and you cool, we okay,
right.
But you ain't got my private number. I mean, you live right here in Virginia. I could just get in my car and come visit you. But but why you on a private line with this man if y'all ain't really talking about nothing? On the swangy thing, or if y'all ain't doing business together. Well, I mean, I know this might be pushing it. Don't cuss me out, but
no. I mean, a lot of people have my number. Sometimes it's easier to text me and I'll see it than it is for anything else. That's it.
But why would he be texting and calling you if y'all not working together and then y'all not flirting together? So like, what would it be? What conversation would y'all have then? Because either with you
when he's going on, or if I'm going on, I'll text him and say, yeah, I'm going on, because I'm one of his head mods. That's
okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I didn't even know that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm quiet.
That's all.
Well,
but how do you feel about him saying to use you on platforms? And I was a little curious because Lolo, you was driving around with expired tags, and I'm like, she up late night. Were you getting paid by either one of them?
By who? By
Limit or Envy at any point?
And the only thing you saw what Limit sent me.
Yeah, she showed some cash apps.
Yeah, that's it. No, I didn't. Envy didn't send me no cash apps. No.
Do you believe what Deidre said about that Lemon sent him to come use you for a storyline because he felt like Deidre couldn't get him numbers and that you would be the one that could get him numbers? You think Lemon did something like that?
I don't know. Truth be told, the only reason because a lot of us women were in the back in Discord and stuff trying to help him, honestly, just trying to help him. Because he would leave his thing, he would, need somebody to share screen. That was it. Now I don't know if anybody else was talking beside each other, talking about do this and use her. I honestly, I don't know.
because we did hear that Lemon did come out on ZX platform and he said that Sour Patch was also behind the scenes with Envy. So I do think that Lemon and Envy had some type of relationship where they was passing subscribers around, or hey, this person, is a good giver, is a cheerful giver, and they don't mind blessing you, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or
Well,
helping you or working
well,
for you.
Envy was in the Discord with us. He was in the Discord with us. He wasn't all the time there, but he was in. And I apologize, that was my phone. But he was in the Discord with us, but he wasn't there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and correction, Snoop said not about the money, but about the hair. He would have other people. She said VS is spot on as far as the hair, like telling people how to wear their hair, or certain shit like that. But here's a message for you, VS. Ken said, please tell you that some of your members hit him up and said somebody is blocking her members. So somebody's blocking your members, VS.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix that because who was that? Treasure Lane said his messages was getting deleted, and we don't delete the big dog messages. You know what I mean? We kind of let the big dogs rock out. And I understand, maybe, I know we say we got to respect our guests, but if the guest is going at somebody, like when Ken on my platform, audio in the chat. Okay, if Ken talking, popping his stuff, we'll let audio pop his stuff from the chat, and then vice versa. If audio up there and Ken in chat, we'll let them do their thing. But not because Treasure Lane do let me rock out in his chat. Because if I come over to his chat, then he gonna get taken out on me, and I don't want that. So no, whoever did that, I don't like that. And I didn't think it would be Deirdre because she was on the platform. But some people, they can have two devices. So I am gonna talk to her about that. Don't block out. Just be careful how y'all moving.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll get that situation. I see Grown Folks is in the chat. Grown Folks, I didn't know you went live, but everybody said you had a good live, so I'm gonna go over there and catch your replay.
I've been actually agreeing with him about a lot of stuff, so I don't know.
I was in agreement with him last night when they were talking about relationships, and Grown Folks is trying to get an idea of what type of relationship they had, because when he was telling not RNY but Envy that he shouldn't be on the phone with people that late at night, and then RNY said, well, I told him that that's not going to happen anymore, and he was like, oh no, I would never agree to that. You didn't tell me that. Why are you telling these people that? Why are you lying? Basically, I ain't agree to that. And so Grown Folks like, excuse me, so you're going to continue to be on the phone with women at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, even though your woman doesn't want you to?
Absolutely, because this has been his MO. This is how he's been moving. And, no woman is going to stop him because he has a craving for other things, and so she can't stop that. If he gets an itch in his pants and he's got to put it back down, VS, as you say, he's got to get it while the getting is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say.
And then he mentioned something about Envy mentioned something about you don't know or you don't understand what type of relationship we have. So Grown Folks was like, I'm sorry if I insinuated that y'all have like a real, relationship, monogamous, so that's when they said they're locked in, and everybody's like, what the fuck does that mean? Locked in?
She's locked in. The hood type, but she locked in. I mean, and to me, she's so sweet. She's very nice, and I've seen her be very respectful. But sometimes as a content creator, we gotta say how we really feel. We can't just because somebody nice. But she was acting like an abused woman. She was like, "Oh no, I know this. I saw all the messages, girl. We and all cheated before. Man, I done so much stuff. I know how to delete messages and move stuff around. Hell, sometimes I might have a second number or a second chat you don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? That man know how to remove messages. Just like if she knows so much, why she ain't know about Diddy? Gigi or whatever."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't know everything. Then she changed it. Well, that was before me. But it don't matter if it's before you. You up there defending him, saying that the woman was lying. And then he had to change his tone.
When she said Grown Folks had was talking to her about that, and she said, well, Grown Folks, let me ask you this. If this happened before me, what am I supposed to do? And he said, if you were my daughter, I would say your man is a liar.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's on point.
What?
That's on point.
And
he got caught in the lie.
Before I hop off of here and go to work, I'm sorry. Let me just answer Snoop real quick. Snoop, I never started this stuff with you, okay? You said you showed me nothing but respect, but you started that. I just said I didn't want to go with you. And then you got mad and started going off. And so I said even then I didn't have a problem with you. I just didn't want to go anymore. So then you started that. But other than that, I'm gonna leave it right where it goes. Y'all ladies have a good one. I'll be
Lolo,
keeping it.
Lolo, before you
Yeah.
go, before you go,
All right,
Yes,
before
boo.
you
sir.
go,
Uh-huh.
before you go, before you go.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's sometime in the future, you and I can have a conversation. I would like
Right.
that.
Okay, now you ain't gonna threaten to shoot pow me again, are you?
Take it easy. Take it
I'm
Oh,
easy.
just asking the question. I'm just
Oh,
asking
oh
the
Jesus.
Lord, we got
question.
another. Oh Lord.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
another
Yes,
Yeah,
one.
Lady Snoop,
yeah.
Lady
Hey,
We
Snoop.
Hood,
we
can
can
you hear me?
discuss. We can
Okay.
discuss everything, but I'd like to have a
Hey, everybody.
conversation, a respectful
Okay.
one.
That's
Hey,
all
All
Lady
Now
right.
he
Snoop.
didn't pull one out. Now he didn't pull one out.
I'm just
Jesus.
saying,
Let,
that's
let,
fine.
I
That's
don't think
fine.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying. I just was
He was
making
mad. He was
an
mad.
effort.
We were both saying some mean things to
I
each
was
other.
just making an effort to try and
Sister's
smooth some
still a
things over.
woman.
Listen, I was trying to make an effort to smooth some things over and get an understanding, because I see that VS has an appreciation for you, and I'm down with VS. So I want to smooth
Right.
things over, and so that we can move in move in the same direction. All
That's
right.
fine
So
with
that's
me.
my effort. All right. Cool.
Apologize, sir, for pulling out that weapon.
It's all right. I listen. I let
Now
that go a
let
long time
me
ago, and he
also
never did.
let me also say this. Shout out to you, Hood Table. You've been doing your thing. If you want to use that content with Envy and or any clips of it, go ahead. I'll give you that permission right here
All
on
right.
your live. All
All right.
right.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, because it was good. It was good. VS. Good morning. Good afternoon.
See
Peace,
y'all
Queen.
later.
Let me
Oh, I
say
think
this.
That
Lolo. I think
Damn, I was trying to
Lady
talk to
Snoop.
Lolo. ZX,
Yeah,
stop.
Let me
I was
say
trying to
this.
get you in there.
Let me close out. Let me close out, and I'm gonna drop down. And let y'all ladies have it. First of all, I never blocked anybody on your channel. The other mods watch other mods, and we can see who does what. I see who does what. I don't snitch on nobody because VS ain't asked me to yet.
VS, you banned somebody the other day because they
Let
was talking
me
mess about you in
finish
her chat.
having a conversation with VS. Now, what I have done is timed out two people for 24 hours.
You
That's
hid
it.
them.
And I also want to thank you, VS. We hit our 6K last night, so we
oh,
crossed
that's
over
what's
that.
up.
Yeah, so thank
Congratulations.
you. Yeah, I'm gonna drop back down. I'm not gonna feed into things that
But
people
but
will
did you
assume.
did you hear what I said? I don't know when you came into the chat because I'm driving. I
I
can't
just
really
came in.
see. But I had made mention. I was like, I didn't like how Gigi show got derailed because like when I'm working with people, I make sure they shows don't get derailed. I make sure I know how
Right.
to move. I stick with the program. So and that's why I just dropped down because I'm just like,
I
okay,
got you.
had to get just Chris out the way because she was like, well, this person did this to me. Well, we want to keep the focus on the star of the show last night was Gigi. All right, I just thought
Right. Right.
I think we all should. I just thought we all had to understand it. You know what I'm saying? But then I was trying to stay
Mhm.
quiet because I don't want nobody to be like I'm trying to control everything. So then
No, you
Trish
did a
came
good
up
job.
there. So I'm like, okay, we're trying to get Trish out. But Trish
Hmm.
calmed down. But then you came up there and you start talking about deep. I'm like, I'm out because this is crazy now. And
Well,
now,
yeah. I threw a little wrench there. Um, but and my apologies, but I think she had a great show. I think the receipts, and I stuck to that throughout my show. I wasn't gonna let envy attach itself to what I was talking about and hold him accountable still, because that's why he came over to my channel as an opportunity to jump on a bandwagon. I'm like, look, one thing ain't got nothing to do with the other. You still were put on the spot, and I held him to that, and RNY. So no, I totally get it. I totally get it. What you talking about? And I have that laser focus too sometimes. So I think where it went wrong for me, and I don't even want to get into that. I'll get into that maybe one day when we chit chat again.
Yeah.
But I do want to clarify. I've never blocked anybody on your channel.
Yes, you
So
did.
let me ask you a question. How do you know?
Kenola said in the chat that was a member.
Because
ZX.
I'm a mod. So let me tell you what
Okay.
happened.
Look,
Somebody was
you
talking
never
greasy.
saw
Somebody was
me
talking greasy to
block
you, and
anybody
you
in VS's
hid
chat.
them.
That's a
You
lie.
hid them
I
on
don't
her
like
channel.
liars. I
I'm
don't
not
like
arguing with you,
liars.
dude.
No, but I don't like liars. And you're a liar.
Well, you don't like
I've never.
But
yourself.
real talk though, this ain't often we get to have VS on the panel. Do we
No,
have
I
to
get
talk
it.
about this
But
right
this
now?
person keeps injecting
Damn, we don't
that
never get sticking
somehow
with it.
I did it.
Shit.
If you
You
want to,
Okay,
sat
I
let me be
up
mean,
quiet.
there and blocked. You hid somebody. I saw it, and you're lying
you're
right
a
now.
liar. You're a liar.
VS, am I
I would
mod
trust.
in your
Yes,
chat?
I would
I'm a
trust
mod.
Yeah.
I
Gertie.
seen it.
Yes, I would trust Gertie, and I would trust Charlie, and I would trust Global.
This nigga
So I
sick.
don't trust you. You're a liar.
You sick.
Yeah, I think the only reason that came up because Treasure Lane did a live, and he let me know what time it was. He was like, "When you come over here, I'll let you rock out." And he was saying, "Pete, somebody had deleted his comments," and I said, well, I'm a fix all that because people have been saying stuff, but I can't say who's
Right,
doing what. But I
right.
like me and ZX, we already had a conversation, so I'm gonna
I ain't got no
actually.
problem with. I ain't got no problem with James.
How's that white
I
lady
give.
over there, ZX?
I
How's your
give.
white woman?
I give James reverence. I understand he's been around from the beginning. Me and him haven't had a bad word in years, and that's not my position. When I'm in VS's chat, I'm saying welcome. I'm giving her count, hit the like button, and that's it. And I might crack a joke, but to sit there and lie and say I did something is a lie. Like I said, VS knows her moderators, and I would trust Global, Charlie, and Mama,
And Gertie.
and Gertie,
Mhm.
opposed to what you're trying to push out here for whatever reason. You want to say whatever, but you're a liar.
It's yeah, no, it's all good, but this ain't for you. I'm just saying in
But
general, like the big dogs, like Treasure Line. I kind of let them do whatever they want to do because they let me cut up in their chat and stuff,
right,
and I
right,
understood clearly what he was saying. Now I let you have your way over. You do your thing over here. I don't bother you. So
right,
if that's so I know you saying if that's gonna be happening, bitch, I'm finna get your. You know what I'm saying? You finna get
right,
got.
right,
So I don't
right,
want that.
right. Well, I'll tell you, if you want me to, I'll look out for him. I see what goes on when I'm there. And the other mods too. They see, and I see a lot, but I don't speak on it because that's moderator business. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna try and say, "Oh, you shouldn't have did that." I have used my wrench twice, and that was for timeouts for 24 hours,
The next
and
time
I
he
can
has
tell.
somebody, I'll screenshot it and send it to you. Go
And
ahead.
I can tell you exactly who it is because I don't lie to VS just for the sake of lying to make myself look more important or valuable. I don't lie like that.
You want to be on camera?
So
okay.
So the two people I timed out was People of Game and Ghetto Intellect. That's it. And I didn't block either one of them. I timed them out because they were in the chat messing with me opposed to focusing on VS's content. Now
But when you're
that's
modding,
the
you don't
truth.
take things personal. You let them rock out in her
Excuse me.
chat. That's what
Excuse
I
me.
do. I don't care.
Excuse me.
People
But
talk
you
about me
just
all the time. I
lied.
don't block them. I don't
I
time them
try.
out.
I
I
even
let them
give you
rock
respect.
because
I
that's
even
her
give you
engagement.
respect. I
That's
give
her
you
engagement.
respect out of respect for her. That's it. Other than that,
Good.
she
I made it to my I made it to my destination. But if you go back live, I'll be there. And ZX will talk, but and
Okay.
Queen Tulsa will talk as well. But
VS, before you jump off. VS, before you jump off. You hear me?
Who's that?
That's James.
Oh, that's Treasure Lane. What's up?
Yeah.
Before you jump off, I know you get ready to do something. I got some information. You've done me a solid. Back in the day, I'm gonna do you a solid. But I'll have to do it on my side because I don't want to cause no trouble for the hood table. So
okay.
Tell me how much time you need, and I'll go live, and you can come over, or I could just do the video.
Oh, I just need 5 or 10 minutes. That's it, and I could come over there.
Okay, well, I'll wait till hood table's done. I'll wait till hood table finishes her live.
Well, go ahead and set your live up, Mother, so I can redirect to you. Do you have redirects on?
Girl, I don't even know nothing about that, child.
Oh, well, I'll drop your link. Well, everybody knows you, but I'll drop your link anyway.
Okay, yeah, all right. Because I didn't want to stop you from doing ZX. I hear you. I appreciate it. I hear you. I didn't know what happened. That's why I said I don't jump the gun and blaming folks. I didn't know what happened, but I don't jump.
If VS asks me, I'll tell her what I see, but I ain't got no problem with James. I show James respect. We've always, after we had our, as they say, kerfuffle 4-5 years ago, we've been cool. We've been cool. And I don't say a disparaging word. And he hasn't said one about me in, like I said, about 4 years. So all of that, I would never just blatantly, just remove him for what? It doesn't make sense. So I tell you what I think, but I won't do it openly. I'll talk to
VS. I mean, because even when me and Gigi was on the platform, I still made sure I put up treasured comment and I paid homage. I said, oh, we got an OG in the house. I made sure I paid, even though I know there's something going on. That's between, what I'm saying? I still make sure I paid homage, let him know, you good over here, and they know not to block you. So, or delete you, or whoever was doing whatever. So, when I heard you say somebody was deleting, I'm like, who would do that? Because that would be crazy.
I could tell you.
Keep it to yourself. It sounds like you'll be messy. Keep it to yourself. Tell later.
Yeah, I'll tell her. But I don't be trying to gas like, you know what I'm saying? I just was like, I'll be sitting there looking like, why you do that? You know what I'm saying? And that's it. I just stay out of the way.
But I also think people got to know that when the storyline is going on, the storyline starts and the storyline has an ending to it. And then is moving on to the, what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Then, we move on to the next. So I just think I was getting through the storyline, even with me and ZX Talk, we talk surface, we talk business. I'm not pillow talking with nobody. Nope. And I'm actually, I didn't like how last night went, to be honest. So I haven't responded to I've gotten some DMs from some people, to tell me about tonight, but I haven't responded yet because I'm feeling some type of way. Because if you want to work with me, you got to be able to listen if you want to keep the numbers going. But if you ain't listening,
let me do this now because I don't want to break this up because this is good right here. I'm not one to, I ain't running for numbers. This is good. I'm just going to do this like this right here. I ain't going to go live. Boom. Okay, so VS, you've done me a solid in the past. Tell me about when some stuff is going on with a person and possibly I don't see it. You've dropped it and said, this is what's going on. And then you left me to take the information and do what I do with it. Gigi, DD, Loop, whatever y'all are now with. Okay, so, we got a little thing back there. She telling lies. She sitting up, she lying in your face. She playing in your face, okay? So she's playing in your face. You remember the last time you and I had a little running when we had a little knock of heads was like in 2024, like when we really knocked heads a little bit.
The J Dunn stuff, right?
Exactly. Okay. Now I'm going to upload this to my wall. Because I ain't no need for me to even go live and do this. I'm gonna upload this to my wall. I just want you to see who was sitting back there playing or is playing with you right now in your face.
So she sent you something on me.
Oh yeah, this is DD Loop, and here's what it is. I'm gonna post it up there. I don't even usually do receipts because I don't feel like. But what she did was she dropped in. This is when I was telling y'all this morning about her always asking me about doing interviews with her and whatnot. She literally dropped in my Instagram and literally said, VS is getting on my nerves.
Bingo.
VS is getting on my nerves. And then she goes on and she asks me about doing an interview. And I told her, no, not right now. I'm in battle. Maybe later, whenever I get everything straight out, then I'll let you know you got my word. Okay. See, I don't do no line. I ain't got no reason to do no line. And I hadn't said nothing because it wasn't necessary to say nothing at all.
Okay, so let me just say this right now. Okay. I'm gonna go into my studio and I'm gonna unmod her, and I'm not gonna allow her on my channel as of right now.
Because she literally, it's not about what I think she's playing in your face. She literally came over there and said that I got it. I'm going to post it. And Gigi darling, or Didi Loop or whatever you are, let it be a lesson to you. Bitch, don't play with me. Don't come off of YouTube and jump your ass in my Instagram telling me a goddamn thing and threatening me. So your question this morning, Gigi, was do I want you to make me your new intro? Bitch, do what you have to do. Do not play with me. I am your mother. You not my mother.
Queen Tussle, you heard what I said. So do you think it's like, because I'm going to go ahead and remove my wrench from her and just let it be. I did my part last night. I got a number so she could walk on her own. Like, and I know you and her are close too. I don't know if you got an input you want to put, if you want to say.
No, we cool. I mean, I would just say let him bring up the receipts, and then if you want to, I would say have a conversation with her and y'all just kind of iron it out. I
mean, because the conversation gonna go on it just like last night. We was going every direction, up, down, round. I don't do all that talking. It's like, let's get to the meat and potatoes. You talking shit about me to Treasure. I'm getting on your nerves. Well, then you don't need my help. Period. That's it. On to the next.
I was battling you myself. I don't need no help. But I will go and I'll post that for you.
Damn, we was just doing good.
What up, Snoop? Snoop is back.
Well, so I'm done. So I'm done with it. Let me
saw it in the past. When somebody was playing in my face, and I usually stay out of stuff. I don't get into stuff like that. And I, like I said, I don't post receipts like that because I feel like I don't have to. But in this instance, I'll make an exception because that bitch thinks she can play with me. You can't play with me, whore.
Because I was telling her about redemption and everything. Like, y'all talking about stuff from years ago, but hell, that was just a year ago when all this stuff happened with the J Don thing or whatever. So that would be weird because she definitely tell me about that.
No. Because me and Jay Dunn is cool, me and Jay is cool. Why is Gigi jumped in? It ain't have nothing to do with Gigi. Now, see, your ass is in your own face, Gigi.
VS, since James just told it, that's who I saw remove his comments. I didn't say
anything. Why you didn't say that when we were just asking?
See, he a liar.
I'm just saying. Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you were lying, saying it was me, Tulsa. You said it was me. So who's lying, Tulsa?
I said that
who's
you
lying?
All right, y'all. I'm about to go, but I'm gonna handle Treasure Line. I'm gonna handle that, and I appreciate that, and thank you. So I'm done with the Gigi loop. I'm done with the Didi line. I did my part last night. And I'm done with everything. So y'all. So
before you go, I'm just lost. This nigga to my you can trust me, but he couldn't trust. He couldn't come to you and say, "Hey, she did this." Why
Excuse
now?
me.
Why didn't you go and tell her that the woman had did it?
Excuse me. You were just here saying it was me lying, covering for her.
Don't trust neither one of them. VS, run fast.
How about that part? How about that part?
I fuck with you, but run. This is you protect your energy. Run. This shit's crazy. This shit is crazy.
How about that part, Tulsa? You're covering for her.
How about you need a covering for yourself? Now leave me alone and go over there and make that white woman some breakfast.
Okay, thank you. But that still doesn't answer the question. You were covering. You knew. But you rather redirect it towards me.
Oh, you want to try to gaslight me and try to get
me to
arguing with you. It's not going to work, sir.
Can I say what I gotta say? Because now it's getting stupid. Both y'all knew who the fuck it was. Neither one of y'all told the girl what was doing.
Girl, you shut the fuck up. I didn't know motherfucking thing.
Snoop. I just hit the link, Snoop. And
I
I
know, but
just
you
found
better than
out
this.
about
Don't be
it.
sitting up
And
arguing over social.
I just made an open statement saying I will talk to VS behind the scenes. That's what I said. I don't want to be disruptive. I said, but the other moderators are there and they can verify it too. That's what I said. I did not know
You
what
blocked
was
2 of
going
her
on.
members. And yeah.
I did not. And you're lying again. See, I'd rather deal with somebody to tell me the truth straight up and
No,
then we
if you
could deal with
rewind
it
back the tape, you said I
than
blocked 2
someone.
people.
No, I said I timed out Ghetto and Peeper. I never blocked anyone. That's what I said. And I said I'll talk to VS on the backside and I'll tell her what I saw.
Okay, can we go
That's what
forward?
I
I
said.
don't want to argue with this.
Can I
I
just
don't want to
address
argue with
Lolo so
Auntie.
I can drop
I'm gonna
down?
respect my
Sure,
my
go
elders.
ahead.
I don't want to
Thank
argue with
you.
I'm gonna
Auntie
drop
today.
down. Treasure, I'll
Okay.
be looking out for you, champ. I'll look out for
Good
you
boy.
like I
All
always
right,
did. I
VS.
just didn't want to be disruptive. You know me and you ain't got no problems at all. Period.
No, we good. We good.
Yep. Treasure
All right.
has shown me respect and I've shown him respect. And that's how we operate. I don't lie on people, Tulsa. Thank
Stop
you.
making this about me. This ain't
Well,
about
no,
me. Leave me
you're the
Because
one
alone.
that
Tulsa didn't give me
said
that
it
information
was
and
me.
didn't say nothing either. Y'all both guilty.
No,
Moving
Snoop,
on.
you're wrong, Snoop. You're wrong. I
Oh,
just
my
found
bad.
out
Go ahead.
about
Go
it.
ahead.
Yeah, I just found out about this issue when I hit the link. And
Oh, okay.
I
Let me
stated
mind my
I
business.
will
I'm
talk
going.
to VS offline to tell her what I saw.
Oh, I
That's
see
what
what
I
you mean.
said. I
Okay.
didn't come up here pointing fingers the other direction.
Oh, that was Toastler.
Thank you.
Listen here,
I get it.
skin and bones. Leave
Hey,
me
leave me
alone.
alone with your fallopian tubes.
Okay.
You know, your
Now I'm gonna
Filipino
drop down.
tubes. I'm not about to argue
All
with
Hood
right.
you.
Thank
table.
you, VS. I
If
appreciate
yeah, if you want to use some of that in a clip, for conversation piece with Envy and RY, because I thought it was fruitful. It had a lot there, and I held them accountable. I didn't change the beat. I stayed to what the focus was when I had them in my presence. So any part of that you want to go with, I'll just say if anybody plays your copy of my copy, I'm gonna flag them. I'm only
it. Okay.
telling you it's okay. Just you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk
All right.
later.
Oh, see you later,
No
OG.
problem.
Bye, Grandma.
So I
I'm
just
gonna.
wanted to say two things. I just came in on a conversation. I didn't know too much about it, but it's clear that Tosaler and cracked his herself trying to come up here, trying to tell on somebody else, and this motherfucker just as disloyal as she trying to make everybody else. So I'm glad we were able to get that out. I wanted to say to Lolo, it's kind of sad. Like I don't want to argue with you or fight with you, but it's kind of bad that at this big old age you can't take accountability. There's nothing I could have started if you let Smooth Carter tell you that I was trying to set you up. I had never had no conversations with that person about you. Let alone you believed him, and then you went live and made it as if I was intending on harming you. How did I start anything? Because you found out that I didn't tell Lemon some information. Fact of the matter is, that's why I asked you, did you feel like you wrong for anything? Because you came at me stupid over a nigga who has no problem with disrespecting the fuck out of you when I was fighting for you, and you still treated me like that. You were wrong. I need my apology. If I think I might have to take you to TMO court, because how you still ain't taking
Hey, Hood
accountability for
Table.
your actions?
Hey, boo. Not TMO court.
Yes, I'm up for pain and suffering. I need 10 cash apps and 2 clusters of crab legs for my pain, and some lobster and some champagne, damn it. I need something
Go
for
ask
pain
Smooth
and suffering.
Carter.
You said what? You said what? It's
Lolo
kind of
says, see, Snoop, why we must still go with this. The trip is over and
because
it's
we have
over.
not came to an understanding that my feelings are hurt for that, Lolo. And I'm okay. It's okay for me to have feelings. For me, you not Krista. I have respect for you still. Like, I don't understand why you did me like that. Why I had nothing but love and admiration for you, and I was your love bug, and you squished me like I was a roach, and my feelings
No.
hurt, damn it.
Oh,
And you
no.
won't let me on your panel to talk
And
to you. I'm hurt.
look, and this is the
Not
reason why I
squishy
came
like
up
a
here too.
ladybug. Oh, Lord.
Hey,
Because I
John
wanted
Doe,
to
Michael.
hi to everyone up here.
Hey,
I really
Jada.
wanted to address Laurie. Hey y'all. See, and I'm seething on the inside, so y'all bear with me.
Okay.
See, this is my problem with these motherfucking outsiders, especially a glitter boot. The fact that now he want to have a conversation with Laurie when Laurie's mama wasn't even buried yet, and
Yeah.
his dumbass had that lady's obituary out
Come on,
here.
Jay Dunn.
But because he is licking VS's ass and Laurie and VS are cool, now he want to have a conversation. Just like when he threatened to sodomize me over there at James's. Because me and VS are cool and me and James are cool, now he want a conversation. No, he should have shut the fuck up and stayed up out of it to begin with.
Mm.
But the nerve of him to now want to have a conversation with Laurie about that stupid ass bullshit that he did when her mama had barely been gone for a week. And now he thinks that she owe him anything. She don't owe you shit.
He said she was scamming, remember?
Scamming, her mama didn't die. Well, let me look and see because I don't believe she died. That lady died 2 months ago and really didn't die. Shut
Yep.
the hell up. You always come over here and do all this stupid ass bullshit to people, and then you expect a conversation when you got your tongue in between VS ass cheeks, or when you trying to toot it over for James. Because we ain't gonna forget that you want James too. James,
Come
I
on,
had
Jay
to throw
Dunn.
you in there, my bad. But that had pissed me off because he wrong for that. He should have thought twice before he even did all that because that wasn't even his place to do.
The receipt is posted up there, y'all, on my community wall. Like I said, I'm glad we just took care of it here because y'all got a good thing going, and I didn't want to break it up. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's having a good time.
Yes.
One down. Thank
I'm
you,
definitely
Hood
gonna go
Table.
there and look at it because we was looking forward to you going live too. So if you still do end up going live, you know we're gonna be there.
I
Being
know.
in the bushes.
I don't
Okay.
want to. It's not a good thing to break up a good time. When my people's having a good time, I want the people to have a good time. Have a good time. Beef sector, stay focused. Thank you, Hood Table. I'm going back in the
All
chat.
right.
I love y'all.
Okay. Love you too.
Okay, James.
All right.
Big beef sector. Big
All right.
beef
I'm
sector.
gonna look at it.
Not little beef sector. Let's go.
Yeah, Hood
Shout out
Table,
to
you've been
everybody
having
in
a
the
great
chat.
show up here.
Thank you, babe. You've been having Jada. See, this is why people always say they missed your ass because you always in the past had great shows, and it's like you just coming back doing your thug thizzle like you always have done in the past. So you know you doing your thing too. So shout out to Jay.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
That's
You
a
welcome.
Yeah,
fact.
I just know
Yeah.
that Laurie be scared to talk. But when it comes to this right here, I'll be her mouthpiece. And the Hood Table, I was itching, waiting on him to drop down so that I could get up here and give him a piece of my mind. Because I
You
don't
was
sit with
what?
him on the panel. I was itching, waiting on him to drop down so that I could come up here and give him a piece of my mind because I don't sit with him. But no, that was actually unacceptable.
Well, you
I
know, the thing about with the Lolo and the Envy situation, like everybody knows, they are really close, you know, behind the scenes or whatnot. So when Lolo says that none of that stuff ever happened, I can see why some people is like, you know, the side eyes and shit like that. And if you are really cool behind the scenes with people, I understand if you don't want to say anything, you know, because you don't want to ruin your YouTube ship or whatnot. So I can understand that too. But you know, hey, people gonna always.
I done been behind the scenes with Envy, and that nigga ain't never tried no shit like that with me.
Because you're an ugly bitch.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
so
thank
what?
God, thank God for the fact that I'm an actual woman. It doesn't matter what you say. I mean, you have Filipino tubes, so
Oh
what do
my,
you matter, dear?
oh my
When you
God.
get real fallopian tubes, maybe I could take you serious. But since you're sitting over there with them imitation Filipino tubes, you need to go have several seats, dear. Several.
Oh my gosh. Well, I for one have never been behind the scenes with Envy.
Now, you know, it's
I just
cool.
want
But
to say that for the public.
He was everything but respectful with me, but that don't mean he like that with every woman. But let's just be real. How many? It's not that was not the first time I heard a person him say. I've heard himself say that he didn't have these women change their hair, change the way they act, and these women do it. So at that point, I'm looking at you, bitch is crazy. It ain't the nigga. And they can give me a man can give me any kind of uh uh example of what he think
Man, that
I
nigga
should
can
be.
get you a McChicken and you
Baby, you
throwing them
my
legs
same
in the
size
air.
twin. What you talking about? You skinnier than me with that bird chest, and you a man. Fuck you talking about? How you got a bird chest with titties? Get your bitch
Hey,
ass
I
up
just
out
want to know
here.
why you be calling
Here
me.
go, take
What?
that. I want to know because
No,
I
I
be
want to know
wrong,
why.
and I'm gonna call you
No, y'all,
again.
this
Stay
some real
playing on
shit.
your phone.
Y'all know this lady
Stay
calls
playing on
my
your phone,
phone just to
bitch.
play on my
I'ma
phone,
stay
just to hear
playing
my
on your
voice.
phone. Call you anytime I want
Why you
to
be playing on my phone
I'm
like
because I
that?
sorry.
can.
No, she
Be
do.
lucky I
The
respect
other
you. Better
table,
be
she
glad
calls
I
my
have
phone.
a table. This bitch better be lucky I got respect for you and VS because I was about to
She be
call her
calling
to
my
sit and shut
phone.
this down. I was about to call and cuss this bitch out
Why
again.
you be calling and
But I
cussing
just
me
come up
out?
here because I can. You
Oh, I'm
opened up
sorry.
this
I'm trying to
Pandora's
catch my
box.
breath after how you have flat chest and no and titties. How you have both? Snoop,
Man,
Snoop,
she talking about herself.
Snoop.
She
Can you
she got in
explain?
I ain't got no titties, baby. We ain't talking about me. I'm talking
right.
about you.
You
You
got
got both
No,
airbags.
goddamn
but
titties.
how you? I mean,
She
I'm
got
sorry. I'm trying
airbags.
to
I got
picture.
tits.
This bitch
I'm,
went
I'm,
and
a,
got
I'm a very
goddamn
visual.
implants on top of a chicken chest. I could
I'm a
never take
very
Tesla
visual person.
serious.
I'm trying to visualize flat and
This
titties.
bitch
Like,
really put- this bitch got on a breastplate on top of a chicken chest. Bitch, we
you
see
know
it, Kate.
what, Snoop? Y'all got
I
to. You and Tulsa, y'all a mess. Y'all a mess.
Man, Snoopy,
shit.
she be tripping.
Everything that
Like
Tesla got is
one
plastic.
minute she cool with me, then one
And
minute she hate me.
we ain't never gonna been cool again, boo boo. You have been the enemy since you pulled that shit that day when you went up with my ops and you
See,
got
she
them
like to
booties.
hold on to shit.
It's been forever. I hold on to grudges. Ask a whole lot of these motherfuckers. Some people we still got grudges from 2022. This
That's you.
2026,
I'm a grown
I
ass woman.
still
I move
be on
on.
bitches' heads. Still be on bitches' heads. And since you both, I gotta double be hard on you, my nigga. That's a fact. That's a fact. You don't get to play with me. I used to be real nice. Now we don't do that no more.
I'm glad you found your
Yeah.
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
But
I
besides
used to be
like
real nice.
besides
Play that game.
discussing shows together and stuff like that, that's the only thing I've ever, and I ain't saying this for a
Council and
specific
state.
reason.
BS need to
I'm just
run.
saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You hear
And
me
yeah,
here, table?
I don't be behind the scenes like that with him. But
Well, I mean, it's a gang of different, but I mean, who would really like on some anything other than for real business?
yeah,
Who would be
business
on the
purposes. Right, right.
who would be on the back? That would be the only reason why you would be talking for a show. Or you're a lot of y'all don't want to admit it, but you motherfuckers got partners you talk YouTube with. Let's be clear.
A
Got
lot of
a
us talk YouTube with a
That's
lot of
that
people
part right
behind the
there.
scenes. Yeah.
So that part. Now, a lot of people talk YouTube off of YouTube. Have whole discussions will spend hours and days on end. The people that talk more YouTube than the subscribers are the content creators. They sit up for hours and hours and hours talking YouTube.
Man, I'm
And you
about to
know
call
what? It's kind
Amora
of like
so she can beat your ass again.
Baby, you still on that.
it's
But
kind of
you
like
can't call a
people
goddamn job.
that
We can't
you
call your
know,
retirement pension or your union or your motherfucking nothing. You got no job. Other than that
well, you
white
know
man, you
what?
got a busted load
It's kind
and
of like
spread it
this.
wide for it. I'm sorry, hood.
It's
Other than
kind
that
of like
white
this. A lot of people had like their favorite TV shows, their housewives, their love and hip hops, and they talk to their friends and family members about that shit, right? When the show goes off. A lot of us, our family and friends don't know shit about this bullshit, and they don't want to know shit about this bullshit. So it's nothing uncommon for people to be like, girl, did you see that show? Girl, can you believe such and such? Girl, or that's nothing. And sometimes people be behind the scenes doing other shit, but definitely discussing YouTube shit behind that goes on a lot. I mean,
yes. So my point is, a lot of these motherfuckers talk YouTube, even if it's not business. Envy's a nigga. Let's just be real about it. He's a nigga that talks YouTube off of YouTube. And will call you at all times of the night, talking to you. Literally, you heard him say the conversation was what how the woman can be more presentable for YouTube. A lot of but then that's just the reality of these men online. A lot of them are on YouTube so much that they really care what people think on this app. People you'll never meet in your life that they can't do shit to you when you cut the phone off. You really give a fuck what they think and how they feel and what's going. Like he's really one of those people. So what I'm tripping off of the whole situation, and I want to answer one thing about this Lolo thing. People act like they're surprised at any of this. Like they didn't know what he was about, or like this is so new.
Riggs,
So I don't have
Riggs,
time
go
to
in
be
the corner.
fake.
Go in the corner now, Riggs. Go in the corner.
Oh, I didn't get to see that. What that
She
say?
got raisins as nipples. Go ahead.
For me? Oh no, baby. That's them
No,
triple. Don't worry, bitch. I know somebody that like it.
no,
I
Riggs.
know somebody that like it, and I ain't had to pay for a motherfucker to get it. It ain't a prosthetic. It ain't a fake.
Oh
It's
my
not
God.
natural cup of coffee. You feel me? Just enough. Just enough.
Looking like a little boy over there.
Long as I
Okay.
ain't walking around with them Filipino tubes, I'll be fine. Long as I got them there.
No,
Long
Riggs
as I
Well,
said
got them
little
I
sis.
fallopian tubes and I'm not walking around with them Filipinos, I'll be good.
Riggs said little tits are cool. Just have a nice nip. You know what? Somebody take his
In my
phone.
stomach, that's my attribute. That's all I can give.
Stop
And
trying
a
to
In
nice
my
pump her
nip.
stomach,
head
baby.
up.
That's
Don't pump her
it.
head up.
I got a whole little, you feel me? I got a whole, it's like a group of men. It's just, they like the little stomach. So I don't need the
See?
titties. I don't like the ass. They like a bitch with no stretch mark. I
I
feel
can
that.
go. I
I'm
can
but
go
that.
for a little
You ain't
I'm
got
titty.
that
none of
face.
that. You
Yeah.
ain't got no
okay,
ass.
I mean, you a nigga with stretch
You
marks.
got
So what you
you
talking
shaped
about?
like a white woman.
Okay, Shamar, I hear
Oh my
you.
gosh.
You
Oh
better
my
so
God.
clock
Hood Table,
it.
when I read ball to listen to all of, because I started at the beginning and listened to it through, and you were saying that you hope that R and Y and Envy actually had a conversation after the fact. Well, I know when I woke up after when I woke up before my morning show, they were still up. So I don't even know if they had went to sleep last night.
Well, what
No,
I was
it's
saying, Jay, what I was saying was when ZX was asking him, was he going to stop being on the phone at that type of hours? And RNY said, yeah, we talked about that. And he's not going to be on the phone like that in the middle. And he was like, no, I didn't say that. Why are you telling those people that? Why are you lying? I didn't say that. I'm not agreeing to that. And so I was saying at that point that he should have not said anything. And that should have been a conversation behind the scene because he made her look really bad. Because she
lovely.
don't
I
want
think
him to be behind the scenes at 3:00 in the morning. She literally does. You can tell that in her voice that she don't wants these problems. And he was like, "Well, I'm not agreeing to that." And ZX was like, "Excuse me, you're telling me that you're not going to do what your woman wants you to do?" And so
Yeah,
that's why
and the crazy thing
been
about
behind
it
the
is,
scenes.
I heard her say that ain't nobody gonna be calling her at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning for her to answer. The only person that could do that is Envy. So she say she ain't
Exactly.
taking no call. She ain't taking no calls at that time of the hour unless it's him. And he saying he willing to talk to any Tom, Dick, Harry, and Mary at that time of night.
so.
I
All the
wish
females in the CB
it could have
sector
been
at
me.
3 o'clock should call his. Everybody call that nigga phone at 3 a.m. at the
It
same
could
time.
be me. And see, the reason why I said that was because the reason why I said that is because for the people who had long distance relationships before, you know how the biggest issue is trust. You cannot see that person. They can say they single and have a whole wife or
The
husband
hood. The
3
hood.
bedrooms down. I mean,
Hey, the
so
hood table.
on the
I'm
phone
sorry,
with people.
I can't take y'all serious.
The
Y'all
hood
acting
table.
like
Back to
that
the
man. Y'all acting
I had
like
a
that
question
man
for
did
you,
not
boo.
sit up. Let me finish. Y'all
Hood
acting like
table.
that man did
No,
not
we
sit
got to get
up
back to this
and say
content. Did you
he
see that
had a great
receipt?
dick.
She
Let me
was in
finish,
the
bitch.
middle. She
Y'all
was
remember? Do
in the
you
middle
remember when
of.
that nigga got on
She was
Clyde?
in the middle of a sentence. Y'all
This
just
is what
over
we do,
talking
Jay
her and
Dunn.
doing the
Step
most.
back now.
God damn.
No, I'm having a
Go
conversation like
put
I typically would. You don't never be
girl.
over here,
You about to
Poster.
make me
Don't
tell
make
you to
it a
go
do.
plug up
I'm
that
on mute.
motherfucking
Never mind.
machine.
You are a whole man. Don't talk to me about nothing.
Bitch, go plug up that machine and leave me the fuck alone.
Don't fucking come at her, you weak ass long dick nigga.
Okay, what I was saying was it's already hard enough to have a long distance relationship when trust is the biggest factor. So for you to be on the phone in the middle of the night and admit it and refuse to stop, that would be a big ass deal for me, and that would be a deal breaker for me. A lot of shit that's already been displayed on here would be a big ass deal breaker for me if I had that type of nigga. But that would definitely be I would have dropped off that motherfucking panel and said, fuck you, nigga. Be on the phone with whoever the fuck you wanted to be at the middle of the night because I'm out of here. He made her look really, really bad, and a lot of people have secondhand embarrassment. That's all I'm saying. When she said that, even if she didn't really tell him that, she meant that shit, and that's why she said it, because she don't want him on the phone with no Mias, no MIAs, or nothing else.
Right.
And so for him to be like, I didn't say that, I'm not agreeing to that. Why are you telling him that? That shouldn't even been. I would have just like, baby, I'm gonna let my baby have this right now on this public platform and discuss this shit behind the scenes. That's all I'm saying. But go on.
I agree.
Did
Yeah,
you
I
see
agree
those
with you,
receipts
Sam.
that's on the Wild Child? But that's from 2024, girl. We is in 2026. What's the tea?
Are we slow? Didn't he say he didn't know the woman?
There was, listen, girl, shut the fuck up talking to
Oh
me.
no,
Oh, I'm talking to
you
you.
talking about? I think she's talking about mothers receipts.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
you slow bitch. Catch up.
bitch, you better
We
speak
talking about
about what you
content.
talk clearer.
We
Bitch,
talking
how
about
you switch the
content.
subject and don't know. Bitch, you
Now,
came out of
the
nowhere with that.
content, this is from
No,
Gigi.
you ain't said nothing
Now,
switch. We
Gigi
talking about
says
another
VS getting
subject.
on my
Don't play
nerves
with
on
me.
April the 6th of 2024. On
Okay,
April
yeah.
the 18th, she says, good day, sir, mother. I would love to interview you sometime between April 23rd through the 25th. Are you available? Now, all this is going on in 2024. Now, he replies back, I meant to respond hours ago, but this is bad timing, Gigi. I'm in battle. I don't want to commit, and them dates are tight with other life stuff as well. Give me a second. I will reach out. You have my word. And then she says, got it. I will patiently wait for it. Good night. This was in 2024.
And let's not forget to read below. It says you blocked GD Darling.
Well,
You blocked Gigi Darling, but this is in 2024. I'm thinking that like this is from yesterday, last year. This is like almost 2 years ago.
and what does that mean?
Well, he did
He
In
tell
the
made a
the
point
niggas
context,
that
in
he
the
did.
that she did
context
it.
that he said, that's when it happened.
That part
It's
Yeah,
right there,
another
what
he
you
did
receipt.
talking
that.
about?
But
Yeah.
I'm saying if he's
Don't do
saying
that.
that she
Don't
had
do
an
too
issue
much.
with
Oh,
if
mother.
she had an issue with VS, that was 2
Why you
years
hold
ago.
on? Because that seemed like it's giving bias.
That was 2 years
This ain't even
ago.
got shit to
But
do
he
with
did
you, me, and
say
nobody else,
it
really.
was a while ago. He did say
He
it was a
said
while
that.
ago.
So I'm trying to figure out what is this?
Like 2 years ago. I'm
It
thinking that it
seems
was like
it's
something
giving bias.
yesterday. You know what I mean?
Mother said what he said. So I'm trying to figure out
Listen here,
like
baby.
what is
Listen
this?
here. I don't suck
Yeah,
dick. I don't blow
I
ass.
don't think you really
Okay. So
get it.
you continue to do that.
You
I
need to
said
sit
what I
down, pipe
said.
down, dear. Pipe down, babe.
No, you pipe
Give me some
down.
notes. Pipe down, babes.
You looking for an argument. That's what y'all like
And
to
you're looking
do.
for a moment and you won't get it here or with mother.
Listen,
Go have
okay,
a
I'll
seat.
let you have the last word. Go ahead.
Well,
Last
Molly
verse,
said
huh?
in the chat it was compelling enough for VS to unmod her. And VS
Thank
usually
you.
when she's dead set on something, she has her reasons. And one thing she don't like is when people playing in her face. So whether it was 2023, 2024, I mean, you know, she has every right to feel the way she feels.
That part right there.
Yeah. And shout out to the chat, Dion, Stacy, Riggs, The Sims Overdose, Libra, Chale, Marley.
In his table.
Yeah,
I appreciate you for letting me up here, but I don't like every single time I'm around this man. He always want to talk about my machine. He is the
man,
only man that I know. He is the
man,
only man that I
you
know
dress
that
like a
always want to
man.
Hold on, you mean
You
the
sexualize
machine?
me.
Hold on, the machine? The
Yes,
robot?
this man is obsessed. I don't know why he is so obsessed with anything sexual related to me.
Can
But
I
for
just ask
whatever
you a
reason,
question?
his internal DNA always shifts into place and into high gear. Them motherfucking hormones ain't working. The shots ain't taken. Because you always end up being the raggedy ass piece of shit nigga that you was born to be. Even when people try to give you some decent respect and even treat you like a motherfucking confused ass transformer out up in this motherfucker, you still always gotta come through and prove yourself to be the same man that your mammy pushed out her worn out pussy. You gonna always be that man. I don't give a damn how many wigs you put on or how many dresses you put on. You gonna always be that man. And anytime that you, the only person on the panel that want to shift into anything sexual in relation to me, it shows your inner man coming out. So hood table. Thank you for having me.
You
I'll talk to you
always make it
later.
a point to
Bye.
make it
You're
to make
welcome,
your point
Shayna.
that I have a
Anytime,
dick
Shayna.
because you want one. Could I get my rocks off right quick? Because this is my thing with these old dick. This dick dyke lesbians around here chasing fucking machines around the fucking house. Yes, bitch, I said go plug it up because apparently, bitch, you need a fix. It is every time I'm around in these motherfucking streets, minding my own motherfucking business. Bitch, the only reason why I come at you like that is because you always said, oh, she got this. Go sit your big dick ass down. I could read you without even talking about that, sweetheart. Okay? And I don't need your validation, approval. Bitch, you don't move me. One thing that I don't do is pay for a motherfucker to like me. And you done did over $1,000 worth, and bitch, you still get kicked to the side. We are not the same. I don't give a fuck who don't like me. I don't go along to get along. Bitch, if it's on my mind right then and there, I'ma say it. See, y'all some pussy assholes. Y'all gotta wait for Mad Day. I'ma tell you today. I'ma tell you when I feel it. You hoes is bothered by me. I move you bitches. My light is too motherfucking bright. And you
My
hoes
dick
is
is too motherfucking big.
you're weird. You're weird. And you another weird bitch. Stop calling my motherfucking phone. You
I'm gonna
weird.
call you
You
again.
weird
Hold up.
asshole.
You be calling
I'm
her
gonna
on the
keep
phone?
calling
This
you,
bitch
bitch.
calls my phone.
I called you one
I don't
time.
understand it.
Don't get too happy. I
I'm over
called you
here
and say
raising my
shit.
children. I have my
Now
child
what?
is
And I
about
was
to
like, now you ain't
graduate.
got. You didn't think of, you should have
My
thought about
child is
that before
about
you
to
fucked with me.
graduate. I've
You
got
should
a
have thought about
college
that before
student
you
on the
called my
way.
phone.
Bitch, I ain't
You
got
shouldn't have
time for
called my
that.
phone.
I'm a grown ass
You
motherfucking
started
woman.
this. You ain't no
I'm about
motherfucking
to have a
victim.
college
You
student,
called me
bitch.
first. I got all that going on too, and you didn't
If
hesitate
I
to call
wanted to
me.
play, I would go outside
You
and I would
played
play
on
with
my
my
phone,
animals.
so it was okay when you played on my phone, bitch. You ain't better than me. You get it. Whatever you dish,
These
you
hoes are
expect it.
fans of me.
Don't dish it. Now I'm a fan. No, bitch, I did the same thing you did to
Yes.
me.
You want to
Deal
be
with
my
it.
friend.
Yeah, I did the same thing
I'm
you
not
did to
here
me.
for
Deal
that.
with it. I'll be calling you again, babes. So now
She's
what?
weird.
Oh
I'll be
my
calling you
day.
again, babes. So now what? So where do we go from here?
And I'll block
Well,
your number.
you should have been did that.
You change your number. You call
You should have
once I
been did
block you, you
that.
get another one. You
No,
stupid
that's
bitch.
not me. I made sure that you know it's from Lady Snoop. That's a lie.
No, I blocked your
That's a
first
lie.
number.
That same
I blocked
562
that first
number.
one.
That is me. That is
I
the
blocked that
562
first one.
number. It was not impossible. You just picked up when you were on Lolo's channel. Bitch, you lie.
No ho.
I just called
These
you.
girls be following me down. They watch my every
You shouldn't have
move. They
called
get
me.
They
upset
said these
I
because
two
bet you
love
you'll
each
never, bitch.
other.
I don't like people
Snoop,
playing on my phone.
they
You didn't
said
see that
Snoop
Dave
and Tulsa
Chappelle
love each
shit,
other.
huh?
They
no,
Oh,
said
I
she
used to
loves
be
Snoop.
real.
me.
They
I
said
used
Snoop
to
and
be real
Tulsa love
cool
each
with
other.
Tosla. How Tosla would be fake with VS. That's how Tosla
I'm
used
gonna
to be with
call
me.
Amora so
And
she
then
can beat your ass again.
Tosla
Next
told
time I'm
me
gonna tell her take
that she
your ass
turned
out the
on me in
window.
public and try to
I'm
be
gonna tell her
No,
to
easy
don't
take you
on
out the
call
me.
window
Amora.
next time.
No. No
What
more
you say?
fights. No more fights for Snoop.
They gonna
Nope.
she gonna Superman your ass out that
Well,
window
I mean,
again.
you won't be able to make that
Why
happen.
I just spit
I
out my
seen you walking around with a neck brace on. You was walking
I
around with a
literally
neck
just
brace
spit
on.
out my drink across my laptop. Tulsa, stop.
She be trying
Superman.
it.
Yeah, I ain't worried about no fight. You the one walking around with that neck brace. I ain't.
I can't stand y'all. I literally spit out my drink. It came out my nose.
Security. Bitch, security left your ass hanging. Hello.
Oh Lord. Y'all need to
All
stop.
right, y'all know it's spring break. My kids is gone, so I get to cut up a little bit.
Oh
Mhm.
my gosh. Oh,
Okay.
why I feel warm. It's getting warm. It's supposed to be 70s today.
Yeah,
Maybe that's why I
it's hot
feel
as hell here. It's in damn near hundreds in LA. I did want to say two
forget
things.
y'all and y'all stinky warm weather. I'm jealous.
No, we just can't go on the beaches intoxicated. But I
Oh,
did
I'm
want to say,
sorry, Tulsa. I did not mean to do that. Sorry.
You must have felt
I
that
did want
messy
to say two
spirit
things.
coming on.
So the first thing I'll actually,
You felt my messy spirit.
I
Bitch,
was trying to hit
I
you. I
want
was
to
trying to
say
hit
this. Jay
you.
Wilson gonna be looking like Snoop in a minute. He keep on putting them shots up in
Baby,
him.
you my same size. How you talking about yourself, twin?
No, you and Jay
Oh, no,
Wilson gonna be
you.
looking
No,
alike.
baby. You was there first.
I
Have
cannot.
y'all seen
Be
Jay
trying to
Wilson
get to my
lately?
size, then, bitch. I mean, like I said,
I
you're
Ooh,
my
cannot.
you
size.
got that
Have you
big
not
old
looked in
head
the
and that little
mirror?
bitty
Have
body.
you
I
not looked,
plead
baby?
the
You got a
fifth.
little
I
bitty
plead
body
the
with a big
fifth.
ass head over there
I plead
looking
the
all
fifth.
kinds of whopped.
I ain't seen nobody lately. I plead the fifth.
Right. Your competition is Jay Wilson, bitch. Y'all
No,
about the same size in a minute.
and your competition is real women, and that's why you're mad.
Oh my
It's
God.
okay, babes. That's them Filipino tubes working again. I get it. Ooh.
Lord have mercy.
Ooh.
All right. Any last minute words
Yes, I'm trying to get it
regarding?
out, but
Okay,
two
get it
things.
out, boo. Get it out.
So
Get
two
it out.
things. To 92% of you bitches in this audience, I was here before you. I'm gonna be here after you. You can let these other content creators tell you and make you feel whatever way about me, but you really don't know my history because I really don't leave my content up. But I'm their inspiration, mama. I've been here before all of you motherfuckers. I'm the reason of the merger. So please understand who I am. Respect the name, Lady Snoop. Don't ever let the next motherfucker tell you who I am. You can come ask me who I am. Now, as far as Lolo, dear, the trip was never going to happen because you ended up in a room full of Tosalas. I am good. No, it's not going to happen. I do forgive you, though. Thank you so much, Ms. Hood Therapy, for having me up.
He
Y'all need to
always
stop.
calling me hood therapy.
And I won't stop. Why do I call you that? And
I
it's a
don't
goddamn
know
table.
Bitch,
because there
cause
is
you
somebody
need
else.
therapy.
Table.
Cause
There
you
is
I
need
somebody
do.
else
therapy.
called
I
hood.
do. First time I knew you was titties at the top and dick
Take
at the
your
bottom.
crazy ass
I've
to
been meeting with
therapy and figure out why
psychiatrists
you
ever
keep calling
since.
my phone.
Ever since I found out you was titties at the top and dick at the bottom,
You
baby,
got
I've been in a
excited. Get
goddamn
your ass out
person.
of here.
Help me.
Not
God
interested.
help me. You're right. I've been
You can't have
traumatized.
none.
You got titties at the top and
You
dick
can't
at
have
the
none.
bottom.
Bye. Okay,
You know
so my
what?
last closing words.
Okay.
I want to say you guys can catch me on DA Radio Show Mondays. I co-host. He's based out of California. If you guys know any rappers, singers, if you have any talent, you guys can send your music to daradioshow.com. I'm there every Monday. I'm a co-host there with the boss. Okay. You guys can find me here on YouTube, the Goddess Queen Tulsa show on YouTube. I mainly do celebrity news, gossip, true crime, and I'm also about to do Beef Sector. I have an Epstein series that I'm about to do. We have Lemonisha Alize Jenkins and we have Kendra Epstein that we're going to be covering first. So if you guys are interested in that, be on the lookout for Lemon and Ken's Epstein's series coming to you by the Queen Tulsa. All right. Thank you for having me.
All right, get your plug in, boo.
Yes.
You know, I don't mind. I'm all about support. You gotta give support to get support, child. But yes, why my shows always gotta go left? Okay. Oh Lord. Yes, I was just about to say that, Charlie. There was somebody called Hood Therapy, so that's probably where she get that shit from. But it's okay. I know what she mean when she said. But yeah, so Snoop said, oh, Snoop was responding to Austin. Dirt, I'm known in every sector. That's a fact. Yeah, Snoop is well known. Okay. Okay. But yeah, thanks for everybody who tuned in today. I know I didn't get to everybody, but I tried to highlight a whole bunch of comments to acknowledge that I see you guys in here. Shout out to everybody that supported today. Shout out for the cash apps and the super chats. Chakra King Black, lovely one for you, gave a $2 donation. Thank you. And she said, Tulsa, you're not being set to neither. And then Chakra King Black, hey, don't need cable. You don't need Netflix. You don't need cable. Hop on YouTube. Welcome to the Hood Table. Hey, Queen of Exotic Cakes with content as icing on top. You know what? You know what? Some of these motherfuckers don't know. Some of these motherfuckers don't know. They don't know that I'm talented when it comes to the cake world. Let me y'all motherfuckers wanna plug. I can plug too. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I can plug too. Yes. Cake, lady. Yes. Let me just bam. That was my baby's 1-year-old party that I did for my grandbaby. Yes. This is for the dozens of cousins. I done many orders for them. If y'all know Gabrielle Union, she's from the ONE, and that is her family. Gabrielle Union, the actress. Okay. I do a lot of their orders for their parties and barbecues and summer reunions and all that bullshit. Yeah, let me get my plug in. I got to get my plug in. Ow. Go cake lady. Cake boss in the Midwest. I gotta get my shine on, y'all. Y'all know I gotta rock this shit. I'm only showing y'all a little bit too. If y'all follow me on my social media, on my cake decorating pages, you will see a lot more of my personal custom cake decorations. You sure will. Yes. I got this in the bag. This is what I do. Don't sleep on my talents. Don't sleep on my skills. Okay. And no, I don't ship cakes. I might drive an hour or so to deliver an order, and that's going to cost a nice penny. People might drive hours to see me and get desserts from me, but I don't ship. I deliver, but I don't ship. Only if you're like an hour or so away. I don't go no further than that. Shit, an hour trip, that's like $150 right there. That's just for the trip. I think, hold up. Hold up. Now, usually, hold on. Because usually Vibrant puts it in the chat. I was just seeing if Vibrant put it in the chat so I can highlight it. Okay, I don't think Vibrant put it in the chat. I don't know if Vibrant is still here. If Vibrant is still here, if you can drop the link, please, baby. But yeah, Vibrant always drops the link. Every time I go live, she drops the link to my cake decorating page. But if you go on YouTube, it's Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice. You can find it on Facebook. You can find it on IG. And you can find it on YouTube. Absolutely. I decorate cakes. I do t-shirts. I do all that shit. Now, t-shirts, I will ship. T-shirts. Custom design t-shirts, but I will not ship cakes. Nope. Because a cake like this one right here, I will never trust it to come get in a box and get on a truck or a plane and arrive to you in the same way that it left my place. Never. You want that peanut butter one, Charlie? But a lot of y'all already follow me on social media. So yeah, thank you, Trejua. Thank you. Yes, thank you, boo. Thank you. I appreciate it, but yeah, I had to pop my shit too. Tosa was up here popping her shit. Let me pop my shit. And of course, moderators, as I always say, y'all already know, if y'all want to drop your links to your channels. If you got a show coming up, drop your links. My moderators, y'all always can do that, but y'all know this, but I always have to remind y'all, sometimes we forget. Just like I be forgetting to say like the video. I don't never be like, hit the Cash App. I always forget. To say hit the Cash App. I always forget to say, shit like that. Shout out to the moderators. Because if it wasn't for them, you would never hear like the video or drop or send a Cash App or super chat. So shout out to my moderators. I'm not on here to make money. I'm on here to entertain. I'm on here to do commentary. I've been in this game for many, many years. Some of y'all just now beginning to know me, but I've been on YouTube for many, many years. I have many, many channels. I have several monetized channels. I'm a personal custom cake decorator and t-shirt designer, along with a mom, grandma, all that. But yeah, so I do want to say give my appreciation for a lot of people who have recently been subscribing to me. Just in the last month, just in the last week, I've been having a lot of, new subscribers. So I just want to give my appreciation and say thank you. I really appreciate it. I had like 150 new subscribers in the last 28 days. This is per my analytics on YouTube. So we are on the road to 9K, you guys. I am on the road to 9K. And y'all know when we hit that 9K, we're going to have a celebration. Yes, we're going to have a celebration. 9K to me is just as good as 10K. I can see that shit I can picture it. Okay, you got to picture yourself doing amazing things. No matter what you're doing in life, you got to picture yourself being on the next level, always reaching for the next level, no matter what you are doing in your life, whether it's with your career or your relationship or your children or, whatever. But yeah, definitely. Treasure said 9 is fine, baby. I know that's right, Treasure. 9 is fine. I'm trying to be like Treasure when I grow up. You know what I'm saying? But yes. Thank you so much. You said I want a cupcake right now. Y'all, it's about to be my busy season, not just for Easter, but for graduation season. Graduation is one of my biggest seasons of the year. Like, for real. And I'll be having like repeat customers. Every child that graduates in their household, I need another one. But yeah, thank you guys so much for your support. You said, you be having me over here wanting to bite my phone, Miss I don't ship cake. I'm sorry. But yeah, so check me out though. Check me out. Feel free to follow me on any of my social medias. I don't keep that known. Most people know who I am. They know who I am. Okay, I'm not just a hood table. I do other things. But yeah, so they know who I am. So feel free to follow me on social media, and I will follow you back. Okay, if I'm not following you back, let me know so I can follow you back. But other than that, I'm about to get my ass up off of here. I'm about to make me some breakfast, okay? I was up early listening to replays, and who was that? Jay Dunn, Mother. I didn't know ZX went live, so I have to go back and watch his live because I heard Envy was over there, Lemon, RNY. So I definitely want to go back and watch that because RNY and Envy, they come live about 5. Lemon comes live usually about 6 or 7 or so. And Gigi, Didi Loop Loop, aka Deidra, she's supposed to be going live at 11 tonight. That's kind of late, but I'm gonna try to stay up for it because a lot of people is wondering if they're gonna see the receipts of the pew pew pew, and I am one of them. Now during this live, some shit came out. Treasure dropped some receipts. They on Treasure's wall. VS, she said on this live, I'm gonna take her mod stick, and she just gave her that mod stick. Didn't she just give her that mod stick like a week ago? 1 to 3 business days ago. But she took the mod stick, and VS said, I'm blocking Didi Loop Loop on IG. I'm removing her mod stick. If y'all missed it, y'all better hit the replay. Hit that replay, y'all. Hit that replay. What else, Shish Trish? How you doing? Hey, boo. Me and Shish Trish go, oh my God, y'all. Me and Shish Trish go way back. When I talk about before the B sector was created, when I talk about how we supported each other back in the gap, when I talk about how we made sure everybody got to their 1K, everybody got to their 4,000 watch hours, when I talk about we used to play every TV, every device, every cell phone in the house on people's playlists, when I talk about networking and how we need to get back to that shit, Shish Trish knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. We've been here we were here before the B sector and found our way. Shish Trish, I remember many nights used to play those brain teaser games. Am I lying, boo? She used to have those brain teaser games, and she was show teasing my brain because I'm like, maybe I need to go back to college. Maybe but we had fun. we had so much fun back in the day just supporting people. The networking was, man, y'all don't know networking like we knew networking. Facts on fucking facts. We networked back then, like real shit. And then, the B sector, was around us, and we got kind of involved in that, but we literally was doing our own thing. We didn't come from no sector. It was a lot of people who was just out here on YouTube doing stuff, commentary, doing videos and shit. And we all was like in this bubble. That's why when a lot of us say we were here before the B sector, we really was. And then the B sector kind of formed around us. So we were at the beginning, of when it all started. But oh man, the support was like no other. It was not one person that could say that they were not supported back in the day. Nowadays, child, we will support a stray. We will support a stray, a homeless motherfucker, before we support our own. And on that note, like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you happen to be new here. Hey, Tracy Boo. Subscribe if you happen to be new here. Make sure you hit that notification bell, please, and thank you. Feel free to hit the Cash App. Feel free to hit the Super Chat. Shout out again to the Super Chats that we received today. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Stay safe. Be blessed. Remain vigilant at all times. And always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.